Oh, that's right, kids. If you joined us tonight, you joined us on a special night. You know there's no shortage of things to talk about nowadays with a whole lot of people waking up, a whole lot of people staying willingly asleep, and a whole lot of shit going on. But there's a big surprise in store for you because the Friday Night Super Show starts right now, baby.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
The Friday Night Super Show.
Oh, hell yeah! We're going back!
You damn right. Tag team champs, bitches. The motherfucking Friday Night Super Show. #1 in the world, baby. Hey, enough of the goddamn horse shit. Let's start the show.
Oh, yeah, babies. You know what night it is. You know what time it is. That's right. The Friday Night Super Show is right here on the air. I am the mouth, laughing and scratching at you, babies, as always. And guess what? Don't ever say never. All you haters out there that was rejoicing, dancing in the streets. I know Alex Jones had a big old orgy with his gay frogs. But your celebration is over. Because tonight, the tag team champions of talk radio are back, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. My brother from another mother, Mr. Friday Night himself, Dennis Ford. How in the fuck is you doing tonight, man?
I just stopped by the show here tonight, Lee, here to tell you to grab a beer because people are pissed. They're extremely pissed off. And, yeah, I'm sick of hearing about politics. I'm sick of hearing about all that shit. So, I mean, what do you want to talk about here tonight? Since this has been a while since we've been able to do this.
Well, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's quite important that we acknowledge the fact that Mr. Ford, Mr. Friday Night, has returned to the baby that he helped create, man. I mean, I wouldn't be here doing this on Friday nights if it weren't for Dennis Ford. Everybody knows that. We would have never gotten together and done these types of shows and put out the great guests and the great content that we have over these years. But still and yet, you know, we work together, we work the same. And the shows have been great. Spent Kent here, he's hanging out in the background here for a few minutes. We'll bring him in here in just a few seconds. But, you know, the crew's been helping out, hanging out, but the Friday Night Super Show just ain't the Friday Night Super Show without Mr. Friday Night. That's just how it is. I've also got DJ Scratch and Sniff here live in the studio with me. He traveled all this way to get fucked up in the Albino Raccoon recording studios with us tonight.
Leap here, real quick. You just reminded me of something. There are people out there that support and appreciate everything we do when it comes to this show, and I'm one of them. You know, the Friday Night Super Show, like you said, it is something that I'm very passionate about because I created it. I've watched it grow. And at the same time, I want to give a shout out to, Trip. Because if it wasn't for Trip and a few other people out there that were supporting me to even come back to this show, like, you need to be on radio. Everybody knows it, but nobody wants to say it. But at the same time, it would be the same thing if Lee Peer left and Lee Peer disappeared. They're like, oh, well, let's help them get back to doing radio on Friday nights. And the Friday Night Super Show hasn't, lost any credibility. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, there's a certain energy that's been missing from the show, and that's from me, and that's not my ego or anything like that. That's just fact.
Well, it's just what made it's a part of what made this show as great as it is. Is the fact that you and I do it together. And if you get one part missing, that's like cutting a leg off of a girlfriend. You just end up giving her to Paul McCartney after that.
Exactly. And like I said, people were pissed that the show wasn't the same. And tonight is a special moment. It's been too long. It's been a bumpy road and whatever cliche you want to throw on it, but here we are here tonight, and that's all that matters. And yeah, we have some callers and people joining us, and et cetera, et cetera. But tonight's a celebration because it's back.
The champs.
Friday Night Super Show is back.
And don't ever say never. That's one thing that you gotta really start to put. You can get into arguments or quarrels or just downright mad at somebody in one way or another. Either way.
I said some shit.
But this is something that I want kids out there to understand, because I see a lot of this hate flowing around on social media. Well, you like this person, then I got nothing. You get off my friends list. Remove yourself from my friends list. Delete me. Blah, 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 blah. How about, okay, you like to eat shit sandwiches. Fine, not for me. Well, I'll offer you some tooth cleaning products, perhaps some breath mints, and maybe we can find some other common ground to agree on. The big goal in life, man, is to keep finding common ground. And in this case, the argument, the fight, lots of stupid shit was said on by a couple stupid people, being just stupidly emotional about stupid shit when we really stupidly should have been paying attention to other things that were more important, seeing things big picture. In the end, you did. Why? Because you didn't burn the bridges. You don't close all the doors.
No, I burned the bridge. And at the same time, while I was doing it, I was thinking, I was like, well, damn, that's Lee Peer. I mean, that's one of the greatest radio show hosts I've ever heard in my lifetime. Period. All the history we've made doing this show on top of other shows, et cetera, and that's what's important, So like I said, tonight is a special moment. It's for anybody out there that was a fan of the show. Me being back on the show that's the pinnacle. We're back where we started from. We got to start over.
Full circle. Full circle, and everything must come around full circle. That's how you grow. Once you come around full circle and you're like, man, I was thinking the same way a year ago. Shit, I bet I can think differently. I bet I can act differently. I bet I can do differently. And that's what we're going to do,
I'm all for it. I think we got Kent around. Kent, you with us?
I am here. I'm glad to be here. This is epic. It's another full moon Friday Night Super Show. I love doing the Friday Night Super Show on the full moon here, and it's great to hear your voice again, Dennis. This is just epic. It's great to hear you guys talking together, and it's like, the way it's always been. Oh, man. You guys, I told you guys, man, from the get-go, I'm here for the Friday Night Super Show anytime, anytime, any place you guys need me. I'm always part of you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. And also, like I was saying earlier, it's a two-part process. You have to add Lee Peer and myself into the Friday Night Super Show. And without that, the Friday Night Super Show is not the Friday Night Super Show. And everybody knows that. But at the same time, I'm struggling. I'm trying to do what I can to even get back to radio. And people are reaching out and trying to help me do that. So, again, it's all, like Lee said, it's all coming full circle. It's all working out. I appreciate this show. I want to be on this show every Friday night. And I want people to understand that. I don't do this for money. I don't do this. I'm not Alex Jones. I'm not, we could talk about a bunch of shit here tonight. Because I have a lot of shit to get off my chest about what's going on in America and how people can't relate to real shit because they've never heard somebody tell them some real shit about what's going on in society. But that's what you get with the Friday Night Super Show. And I listen. Trust me, I listen to the shows. I want to be here tonight. Like I said, is a special moment because I am here. And anybody that wants to call in, you can work that out later on. But like I said, this is a monumental moment in talk radio because on Friday nights, nobody else is putting out this quality of a radio show. And here's another thing. If you get offended on Facebook by what somebody posts in a group or a picture or something you see, you shouldn't be on Facebook. You shouldn't even have access to the internet, because matter of fact, I want to bring this up real quick. This is completely irrelevant to what everybody is dealing with in their lives because we're all dealing with shit. But, the Catch Me Outside girl, she was on Dr. Phil today. So Dr. Phil was like, oh, no, she's famous. Let's get her back on the show. And that was today. And TMZ and the brain dead fucking moron living society are going to that shit up and be like, oh, it's funny. No, it's not funny. It's idiocracy. That's where you're going. That's your future. Good luck explaining that to your children. Which segues into one more thing I want to bring up here tonight while I have a moment.
Go right ahead.
Fuka fucking Shima. Fuka fucking Shima. Mm-hmm. Is anybody talking about that? Anybody brought that up on any radio shows lately? Because I haven't heard anything about it. Except this fucking shit is out of control.
Yep. DJ Scratch a Sniff just said here in the studio that the levels are so high that they can't even send a robot in to test them. You know what I mean? It will melt their shit.
Oh, my God.
I already seen that one-eyed shark coming up out of the water there.
Now, all the jokes and the photoshopped things aside, kids. No, Dennis is right. Fukushima is still leaking at radioactive levels so high that they cannot send a robot in. Okay, that's not a joke. That's reality. When they can't send a robot in, number one, it's because it will melt their shit. It will melt the fucking robot. Okay? Number two, that's spilling into your ocean.
Yeah.
Have another shrimp cocktail.
No, I posted something earlier, Leap, here about a bunch of whales turning up, beached up on the beach. But at the same time, if you think about it, we've been seeing these stories for the last, as long as Fukushima has been going on.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's almost 5 years now?
Yeah, so if you're still eating seafood, you might want to think about that. But, yeah, the ocean is very toxic at this point because this has been going on, 2017, 2011, 6 years?
They just started actually releasing reports. The EPA in Alaska just started releasing reports of finding radioactive levels in the salmon there, ladies and gentlemen.
One of the reactors, check this out, man. One of the reactors is actually falling into the ocean. Like it's going to be uncontrollable. And this has already been happening because you're dealing with TEPCO and the Japanese governments, just like we have here in America, that are lying to people and trying to cover the shit up. When's the last time, like I said, you heard any of these news networks talking about Fukushima? Nobody's talking about Fukushima, just like Chicago. Oh, Donald Trump.
Fox News should. I mean, you expect Fox News or at least CNN or maybe MSNBC.
No, they're not talking about it.
They're not talking about it, not Trump.
But like I said, Trump is not talking about Fukushima. He's talking about Chicago or whatever he's doing. You want a president to sign a bunch of shit? I can do that. Vote for me in 2020. Make me president.
Well, the only thing Trump's saying about Chicago is, we got to give the police more military power. And they got to be able to seize shit from anybody that they can pull over, because they got to make that money. It ain't coming out of the Trump Foundation, let me tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm serious, man. I'm talking about, like, real life. This is not a movie, This is not. You couldn't write a better movie than what we're living in right now, and
that seems like one, doesn't it?
It's very fucked up.
Yeah.
And I hate to tell people that. And that, at the same time, I'm trying to have a good time about being on the show. But like I said, after all these years, I was covering Fukushima. One of my first 3 or 4 or 5 shows was about Fukushima when I first got into radio. And it's still leaking. And it's like fucking beyond belief. You can't send humans. You can't send robots. What are you going to do? You better build a wall around that motherfucker. That's all I'm saying.
You build a wall. That's it.
You better bury that shit. You better bury it. Because that venom is spreading, I'm telling you.
That's what we're going to do, Dennis Ford, is we're going to build a wall. It's going to be a great wall. My people tell me that it will be an incredible wall. It'll have millions of jobs. Will be cured.
It'll be the best wall ever.
China will be so envious of this wall. They will make their great wall great. Let's make walls great again.
You're spot on there.
No, I'm sorry. It's mixed with a bit of JFK. I don't know how to not get that out of there. It's kind of weird.
That's what I'm saying. Trump is not talking about Fukushima, any of these important topics that, I'm concerned about. There's a lot of shit I'm concerned about. And
they rather
you might get a little bit
than scare you with Fukushima.
Concerned
shit they can make money off of. Fukushima, they lose money.
Yeah, but Fukushima is not fake news. Fukushima is real.
You might get a little bit concerned here, but guys, because we have a special caller on the line here, and it's the only J-Rev Radio King. Trip Pugh, man, how you doing, buddy?
Word is bond, my friend.
Everything is copacetic here. What's going on with you?
Trying to calm myself down.
Well, you should be calmed down. You need to be calming yourself down and sit down and relax, because Dennis Ford is back on the Friday Night Super Show. Mr. Friday Night is right here with us. It's old times, old school back again.
Yeah, no doubt. But I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Trip.
Hey, keep it down. Hey, behind closed doors.
Well, old Stone Cold says, if you got a cold Steve Weiser, give me a hell yeah.
Did somebody say ice cold Budweiser? Hey,
Steve Weiser.
Let me ask you this. No.
What's up?
No, this. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. I don't want to break up your Fukushima, but you guys touched on something before I called in that I wanted to address. But please, go ahead.
Yeah, this is important because being a wrestling fan, I grew up watching wrestling in like the 80s, kind of where Trip was when he was growing up, and even Lee Peer and spent Kent. But we could do a whole wrestling podcast talking about wrestling, and not modern day wrestling, but just wrestling in general. Because a lot of people don't understand what it is, but they get football. Set that up.
Name a day.
Serious.
We'll do it.
Yeah, I'll set that up. We'll do one. We'll do like a 2 or 3 hour show one time, and just see how it goes, and then we'll do it periodically whenever the mood strikes.
No, I'm just saying because
we can do it, dude. I got 24 hours a day here.
Now check this out. Anybody that's doing a wrestling podcast on YouTube, let me tell you, the 4 of us could really give them some competition. Like the old WCW days,
Payback. early '80s too, with my early teens watching the old, even before the Four Horsemen and all that. Roddy Piper was a young man, about 25 at the time, or 29 at the time. Yeah, those are the good old days. And there wasn't as much storyline back then. It was just bookers, calling, they saying who's going to win or whatever, and they just kind of get out and do their own thing. Really, really, much more exciting than it is today. It's so scripted. But I still watch it here and there. I'm still guilty.
No, Kent, that's the thing, is that nowadays, when you watch wrestling, I don't know if anybody watches it, but even if you catch any of it, it's not what it was when I was growing up. When I was growing up, we had the golden age of wrestling.
It really
music, hip hop, all that shit was intertwined in when I was growing up, and it'll never be the same. And I hate to tell you that.
I was telling everybody that the other day. We've been watching old school music videos and stuff like that, and I was like, dude, I'm telling you, the mid to late 90s was just like the best time in the world, and we'll never get it back.
But that might just be a generational thing, though, boys, because that's what the old man used to. That's what the old man used to say. Hey, that's what the old man used to say to me all the time. Was there's never as good as it was back in 1969, 1972. That era there. That was the greatest music ever came out. And blah 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 blah. Pretty much the same thing I just heard all of us say. And I agree with all you guys, I grew up all in that same time, and, a little bit older, but still in the end, my time frame of music was, and things that I grew up on was the greatest music ever, and can't nobody tell me different, and everything else is shit, it's...
These little half-backs wearing skinny jeans, listening to that damn alien music.
Pretty sure.
I'm sick of you kids out there beatboxing up and down the street, and your bass rattles so hard it knocked my dentures right out of my mouth while I was trying to eat my early bird breakfast at Denny's. Into the eggs, and the eggs were runny.
Well, guys, I'm sure we'll all show up at Corral about 4:30 p.m. for dinner and talk about the old days.
I'm looking forward to the wheelchair races, because guess what, bitches? I'm ready to put it all on the line. All on the line. Dude, I don't care.
I hate to do a bit here, but have y'all seen the Jim Brewer bit about the metalheads in nursing homes?
No.
Oh, it's the best. He's talking about, he's like, they were going to line up for the wheelchair mosh pit. And he's like, turn on Megadeth. And they just race towards each other and knock themselves out of the wheelchair. And it's like, here, Mr. Brewer, let me help you up. Don't you touch me. This is the way we used to do it back in the day.
Hey, what are you doing? Give me my future? Nah, knock that off. I don't want to hear this.
Hey, guys.
Metalhead mosh and wheelchair mosh pits. That's awesome.
I wanted to touch on this. Guys just started talking about some Trump stuff, too. And I know that fucking, I've been getting away from it on my show as well. This is an old and all this.
No, but Trip, I want to ask you about Fukushima, too, after you finish your...
Yeah. We'll get into that, too. But did you guys see, Trump was promising the Sheriff's Association over forfeiture,
civil asset forfeiture.
Yes, yeah.
Give me your shit.
Makes that okay. I'm sick, and this was a problem I had with Trump when he first started running, knowing about all of it. You guys have heard me talk about this for 2 years now. About he didn't pay contractors, building all this stuff, and family businesses went under. He's kicked little old ladies that didn't want to sell their homes, out of their houses. It's like, yeah, you pay somebody, but it's like, what is freedom then? It's like, I don't care how much money, people like us, to a certain extent, we're like, I don't care what you're offering. This is what I want to do. This is where this is my home, motherfucker. And this is my absolute right to have this home. I don't care what you're offering. This is where I want to be. So who's anybody just because they want to build a fucking hotel or a casino or a fucking business building to be like, oh, I'm just taking this shit? Well, we offered you way more than. Well, then what's freedom, man? What's freedom to these people? And not only that, but like I said, that forfeiture gimmick, dude, that is some bad fucking news, man. To say, like, you cannot even be convicted. Dude, I'm dealing with that right now. Let me tell you a story about what happened to me almost 3 years ago. Is when my business got raided and all of that shit. They took personal belongings I still don't have back. They took 2 personal belongings of mine that we might get back sometime this year.
No, you won't.
But no. We like the court case. It's already. It's a long story, but yes, we will. Like, that's all a part of it, and they have to give it back now.
Well, they have to find replicas then.
But it's been 3 years. It's been locked in, a storage for the fucking police. And let me tell you this: 2 pieces of shit that they took from me was like invaluable. It really is. And it's 2 thumb drives. One of them has the first 2.5 years of my show. It has 2.5 years of every show that I've ever done on a thumb drive that they took from me that had nothing to do with work. And that's one of them. The other one has any video that I have of Lily when she was a baby that I took. You know what I mean? Like my daughter, like anything. My ex-wife doesn't have nothing. All of the stuff that is on video and pictures and stuff like that we have of Lily is on that fucking thumb drive, and I haven't been able to have it or see it in almost 3 years in May.
Oh yeah, kids. I've done shows on civil asset forfeiture several times.
They didn't convict us of anything.
It doesn't matter.
They can steal your shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And 9 times out of 10, you ain't getting that shit back. You won't. And just to point something out here, Trip, you said the shit has sat in storage for 3 years. How much good is that doing the taxpayer, ladies and gentlemen? For all of you out there who still don't think the taxation is really theft, how much is that? How much good is that doing to serve and protect you? Trip Pugh's pictures of his kids and videos of his kid and a couple shows that are available online. Anybody can access it. So
no, they can't. These are the first couple years of my show. Like, anything that isn't on Blog Talk, you can't find of my show.
You mean when you were saying the stuff that's actually happening now was going to happen?
Yeah.
The rest of us?
I was just going to say, Trip, back when you were just doing radio because it was important for you to do radio and you had a passion to do it.
It still is.
Okay.
It's still important for me to do that. I'm just saying, the first couple of years of shows are, they're white from my computer. Yeah, the only way that they exist, other than what's available on Blog Talk, if you go look up my show, which was the beginning of the show, the first year or so or whatever. But
yeah, I was on Blog Talk too. Leap Here was.
Anything other than that, it's gone. It's not on my computer. It's not anywhere except for on those thumb drives because I recorded it. But. That's neither here nor there, but I brought that up to bring up, that's a real practical thing for a lot of fucking people to be like, you cannot be charged with anything. I spent the day in handcuffs. They asked us a bunch of questions, and then they didn't charge anything, but they still stole my shit,
Damn. Fucking government.
That's what they're going to do, man. That's what Trump just made a big deal, and everybody else made a big deal about this, and which rightfully they should have. Just a lot of people aren't understanding why. And I'm like, hey, go back and listen to what a lot of us have done shows about, and talked to you about and told you these things. This is why I like doing the Friday Night Super Show where we get drunk and actually talk about the stuff.
No, fuck that.
Good Lord, it's a relief.
Fuck that. fuck that leap here. This is what's happening. Everybody goes to work. You make money.
Speak on it.
You don't make enough money. You don't make enough money to do any fucking thing, but you keep chasing it. You keep on running, trying to get to the finish line. It's not, it's all
But
fucked
that's
up.
Is the finish line
look.
dead?
But I'm also saying that it's not like an end all be all. Like for
Can I take
me,
a
like
shortcut?
I got some nice things, and I got
No, you got a
I
nice
cer-
house, man. You got a pool and shit. I mean,
Uncle
that's
lots of
fucking
trucks.
amazing.
Shortcut,
listen,
please.
dude. My pool is half empty and full of leaves right now because I got a leak in it.
Dead cat in it.
Sorry,
I'm gonna come
that I
over.
can't afford to fix.
I'm going to come
You
to
understand?
Atlanta or
Does it?
Florida or
Yes.
wherever you are, and I'm going to skateboard
It does.
in your fucking swimming pool.
Fell in there and couldn't get out.
I'm
Come
gnarly.
on, while it's still empty.
You can come back. You can come up.
Then
It'll be a new
this is
summer.
Possibly a squirrel or two also. I'm not quite sure what those other things are.
Okay,
That's right, Trip. You're pretty close to me, huh?
you guys got to
Yeah, down the
understand,
road.
and I want the listeners to understand exactly just how serious civil asset forfeiture comes to. There was a man in
Oh,
Nebraska.
sorry, this is a radio show?
There's a man in Nebraska last year. It's not just a friendly phone call. A man in Nebraska last year, ladies and gentlemen, that got pulled over for what? A fucking taillight or a license plate sticker wasn't right, and they seized $17,000 in cash. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but some people, keep their money in cash because they don't like banks. I'm not saying go out and rob these people or anything like that. Wait, fuck, I'm an idiot. But no, this is what happened. This is what your government is out there to do. Guess what? That guy didn't get his money back. Simple working class guy, not doing anything wrong, not doing anything illegal, nothing.
There was another one that
His life
was
savings.
a kid.
Yeah,
that
go ahead.
was literally like going to college. Like he had to go get that was for his apartment, his books, to buy new furniture, to move, everything. He took everything out. He worked a shitty job like all of us do in high school. Just scrounging up money to actually make something of himself. Got to college and had $9,000 or $10,000 or something that he was traveling through some state, and I guess looked at a cop wrong or whatever, got pulled over, and they just took the money without nothing, without.
Yeah, they try to say it's drug money. It's drug money. That's what. Yeah, yeah, I've heard a lot of stories about this. Yeah, their excuses well, it's probably drug money, and then you got to fight, try to get it back. A lot of people never get back.
Well, caller, you don't understand that cops are out there. They're road pirates. They're out there to generate revenue for the state. That's what they do.
That's their job.
Yeah, that's my
It
job.
is.
I got to meet my quota. I got to make sure I do enough radio shows in a month to get this money off YouTube. You understand what I'm saying?
Why do you think they started doing that? They blame it on the drug war for people having a whole bunch of cash because they want you to put all of your money back into the banks and run everything plastic wise.
But it's a self-perpetuating thing as well. It's why, even though over the past five, I would say roughly 5 years, most police departments have gotten so many goddamn Department of Homeland Security kickbacks. They got tanks, they got fucking equipment that they couldn't even fathom that are all kickbacks because Department of Homeland Security. Why? Because that was the intention the entire time, was to get the war on the fucking streets of America. Not acting like they're destroying terrorists, which they haven't really caught any. For some reason, we got to give up security and all that shit. And guess what? They get to sell fear and then not do anything about it.
Yep.
It was like that. Like most people, you would really think, this is how dumb Americans are and how evil these other fucking people are. Is that you would think that every once in a while they would have to throw out, "Hey, we caught the bad guys." Not after they blow something up or go kill 50 people in a nightclub or whatever. you would think that they would head that off at the pass, but they never do. It's
No.
always after some shit goes down.
Well, nine
So it's
times
like,
out of 10,
why are we giving up?
nine
why are
times
we
out of
giving
10,
up all
Trip,
this
they're
shit?
the ones that are giving these motherfuckers the guns anywhere, prompting
No,
them
I
on to
know
go
that.
nuts.
I know that, but I'm just looking at that from like a layman's term. Like, you know what I mean? Like the average American.
Well, if you want to really boil it down to
think?
average, if you want to look at it as average Americans' turn, I mean, you put it out there way too intelligent. You got to dumb it down just about another step.
Yeah, dumb it down
Okay,
a little
because
bit.
the average American's going to look at it and go, "Yeah, government good, you know."
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Everything
even
bad.
if let's just say,
But if you step it up just a step from there, that midway point to where a lot of these people, especially the liberals, which is funny, I know it's kind of like, you know, having a whole kindergarten roundup all over again, but when it comes to that, you know, these kids are looking for a reason why they should really be mad about this government even more. Now, are they going to be this next wave of sheep like we had this last time with the constitutionalists and everybody that all of a sudden, you know, are getting behind Trump and some of these anarcho-communists or hyphenated, whatever the fuck you want.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. Follow me here for a second. I wanted to ask Trip about Fukushima because I want to get his thoughts on this particular topic, and I don't want to get into politics or government or what people should have done.
You know we're going to.
I want to talk about Fukushima, though, to the great, you know, Bobby Trip.
Please.
You know?
Please, sir. But, look, all right, I'll tell you, when this shit first got kicked off, like, you guys know, we were covering it, like, right after it happened, right? Like, we were, like, me, a handful of other people, and, like, even, like, you know, I know, like, Alex Jones was covering it hardcore. You know, there was a lot of bigger outlets that were covering it hardcore when it first came out. And, like, I got this guy from British Columbia that had the meter gimmick where you can test the soil and all that stuff, and he was checking the radiation levels in the soil, and I kept having him on like once a month, and he was like, they're raising slightly, and this was like within the first couple months after it happened. And I mean, I won't buy, like, look, and you guys were talking about this earlier, I love seafood, man. When, you know, one of the places I grew up, it was the coast of South Carolina. And it's like, it sucks because I know, like, I have to know where my shit's coming from. If it's not coming, I don't buy anything from the Gulf Coast. I don't have anything from the Pacific. You know what I mean? And I make sure of that before I get it. And I hate it because I like seafood a lot, but I don't get to have it as much.
Yeah, I can pretty much get fresh seafood where I'm at, as far as from the Atlantic Ocean here. But you know, I got microwave.
You guys do know that
sandwiches in my, microwave fish sandwiches in my freezer, man. I just got done eating one. Damn.
You understand about ocean currents, right? Ocean currents are something that occur all over the world, and the North Atlantic current, actually, which runs pretty much the, you know, the outer rim of the Atlantic Ocean, not only grabs water from the Gulf of Mexico and brings it all the way around, which, you know, kind of filters out from
they have radiation
other places. It's all over. I mean, about the cleanest place you can get seafood right now is fucking Iceland, man.
A Red Lobster.
Not Red Lobster, that's for sure. Don't go to that fucking.
Dennis, what you know about the endless shrimp, son?
Red Lobster's like the Taco Bell of fucking seafood places, dude. No, don't go.
Lobster.
You're gonna shit like a fucking root beer dispenser the next day. It's horrible.
Enjoy your radiation, and don't forget to tip the waitress. We'll be here all week.
That's what Keith
They're
Robinson
like, here,
said.
drink alcohol so you don't know how fucked up this food is.
Yeah.
Just like goddamn
for real,
Olive Garden. Go ahead, Trip.
Yeah, it was just,
I mean, just to say, like, you can check some places have some pretty decent maps of radiation. And, I mean, you're right. I mean, it's a one big-ass ocean. It's all connecting at one point or another. But there's also, a certain, radiation level in different areas, of course. So, like, I don't eat anything out of the South Pacific or anywhere along the Pacific Ocean. Like, I don't even attempt
I
to
eat
even
inland
fly.
fish.
I
And people sit there
I've had a shrimp.
and talk shit to me about eating fish out the river. Yeah,
No, I'm talking about.
dude, I'll
I'm
eat
talking
fish
about
out the river.
I'm talking about the latest news of Fukushima that has been released in the last week or so, where it's you send a robot in there and the motherfucker melts. That's how one Incredible Hulk. That's what you're gonna get.
All right, well, let's break this down. Let's break
I want
this
to be
down.
Incredible
Okay?
Hulk.
So what it is here's the other thing. There's no way to shut these things down. We've been talking that for years. And to go deeper with that is that everybody wants to praise all this technology and they want to say it's safer. I swear to God, man, a couple months ago I was arguing with somebody that was like claiming nuclear energy is the safest, most efficient shit out there. And I was like, go fuck your mother, dude. You ain't really winning me over on that, bud. Sorry. Like, you could talk all you want to, but that just, like, there's nothing that you're going to sell that I'm going to buy. And B is that we have all this new great technology, and isn't it great, blah, blah, blah. And they go ahead with the plans without ever saying, well, if this fucks up, we've got this in the hopper to make sure that, everything, even if we got a problem, that it's all going to be good at the end of the day. They're like, no, when there is a problem, then it's time to start figuring it out. You know what I mean? And that's why Fukushima has gotten the way that it has.
Mhm.
Is because nothing was ever put in place to go, well, just forward thinking here, if we have a fucking earthquake or a nuclear fucking meltdown, we might want to have something that can combat that well. But do
you remember Toxic Avenger?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking trauma films, dude.
Fukushima.
Class of Nukem High, bitch.
Oh my God. Go ahead, Dennis.
No, I'm just saying you can't really write anything like that. That's really a good book if you were to read it, because you'd be reading the human history of what we're living in right now. And yeah, there's toxic shit in the ocean, and at the same time, all the other shit that we're dealing with. Everyday people, all the shit they're dealing with. It's just fucking out of control.
You got prices going up on this. You got taxes going up on that. And I mean, taxes going up around the board. You got multiple quote-unquote Republicans running most of your Congresses and Senates around the country. They have the control everywhere.
About politics again. You want to talk about Chicago? You want to talk about how it's a liberal city? And
what, Chicago that's about to start getting RoboCops and all that other shit? Whatever the fuck Donald Trump can dream up?
I call Chicago Fukushima.
He's the only... Donald Trump has been... This is one thing that I have to say right now, ladies and gentlemen. God as my witness, I swear on all my children. Besides Dennis fucking Ford, okay? Only one other person in the entire stretch of media has really started talking about Chicago and mentioned it more than once, okay? And that's Donald fucking Trump. You guys elected him president, you could have Dennis Ford as president. He would have ruled with an iron fist, though.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, again, a lot of people don't want to talk about certain subjects when it comes to Chicago. Other things, like I said, this is not a movie. This is reality. This is what we are really dealing with as a human population in the United States of America. Wherever you fall at on that title is where you fall. But yeah, there's some people fucking up that have power, that if the rest of us had that kind of power, we could really change the world. We could really make things different. But again, this reminds me of the Super Bowl. I was waiting for Mark Dice or Alex Jones video where they would come on YouTube and tell me everything that's wrong with the Super Bowl. But I already know that. But, you know, Trip is from, you know, Atlanta.
Won the popular vote.
You know, the Falcons were there.
Sorry, buddy.
You know,
Sorry, Trip.
at least the Falcons won the popular vote.
Sorry, buddy.
No, I'm just saying, everybody hates the Patriots, and it's all a manipulation game to keep you distracted from the shit that's really going on. Like I said earlier, with all this shit, it doesn't even matter what we talk about. What the fuck do you want to talk about here tonight? It's not really. None of it really fucking matters. But we can talk about it if you want to. We can definitely.
I mean,
make
honestly,
it a subject.
you guys know just
to see the last
that we've been doing this.
5
You
minutes of it.
know, I mean, some of this, hopefully, it's reaching people that haven't been dealing with it for as long as we have. Hopefully, it's reaching people that are locked into some sort of paradigm. But everything comes full circle as well. And I mean, I got a jam here in a minute, guys. But I've honestly been this last election cycle really spun me out too. I know it spun everybody out, but I'm so sick of talking about a lot of shit. But I want to leave you guys with this though, is that I know what I've got to deal with in my life, and I know, like Dennis has said, we already know. We already know all this shit. You know what I mean? So it's like, as long as I'm in the know, I know the way that I want to live my life, and I've got to secure that. If somebody asks me, if I come across somebody, I've got a radio show, I've got an outlet for that. If I talk to people on the street or people with shitty opinions, I'll still tell them, what they don't know yet. No problem. But I'm not chewing up a lot of my time worrying about shit that I can't fix either. Like, the best thing that I can do is try to raise my children right and have them know what it is before they get a chance to be programmed, and secure freedom as good as I can for my own life and the things that matter directly to me. So, I've been spending a lot more time learning how to, harvest food and, and hunting stuff and things that, like, if the shit really does hit the fan, these are skills that matter. And these are some of the skills that I'm not as great at as I should be. So it's like, that's where I'm focused.
I agree with Trip. I always want to say I definitely agree with Trip. Don't let it consume you.
I'm trying to focus my energy on where it matters to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, live your life. Don't let it consume you, but do the right, do your job.
I understand where you're coming from.
People just don't get consumed with where it's going to ruin your life. You got to live life.
You're right. I really understand where you're coming from. I agree with you on a lot of the points that you made right there.
I mean, I'm really not saying that in a way that like negates everything that we talked about so far.
No.
But, like, I really can't let it consume me like it has the past handful of years. Like,
exactly. We've all been
concerned about it. I'm concerned about it, and I want to do what I can. But I know that my role in that is being aware of it. And if I have the chance to talk to anybody about it, I will. But there's really, like, I'm not going to go fist fight the ocean because Fukushima's,
I know that's kind of
I'm going to come out with a melted fist. I'm going to come out Toxic Avenger.
When we first all got into this, I'm sure that was the kind of the mindset that we had. We were going to fight this, head on,
We were
and,
going to
and
save the world.
goddamn it, we're going to save this
It
world.
happened overnight,
But
too.
but you know what? Over the years and the relentless fights that we've all done numerous, and I'm talking into the thousands here, kids, episodes of different shows, different networks everywhere, all over the place, and we've talked about this 1,000 times. So to us, when it's coming out and more news is starting to come out about it, more of you people out there are starting to see about it. More of you people out there are getting in touch with us going, hey, what do you know about this? And we're, where can I get you started, on what I know about this?
Yep.
And yeah, it becomes old hat to us, because we've read the book up until now. We've seen that stuff.
If everybody has...
No. Wait a minute, real quick. We've all got lives to live. I mean, you guys know how much I work. I know that y'all got, some of y'all got little kids and stuff, and are trying to raise them out there. And Lee, I want to fight, but I've got lives to lead. Good, go ahead and leave your life. But keep reading, man. Read that next chapter, because that's coming up.
That's what I mean. Like, for me, like, that is the next chapter for me, is to go, like, okay, what do I want to know? If shit hits the fan, how can I secure freedom? How can I obtain food? How can I, like, let's get back to the basics, motherfucker, because this is shit that you need to know that you're somewhat ill-prepared to do.
You kind of got to multitask on that there, man. You got to make sure that that part is in every chapter.
So I've got I've got a full plate on that. You know what I mean? Like, I've got to make sure that I can do these things if I need to rise to the occasion in order to do them. Which I would say 90 to 95% are ill-prepared for.
Trip, just give me a second here.
All right.
You are actually one of the greatest radio show hosts I've ever heard in my lifetime, and I told Lee the same thing.
True.
Come on.
And I'm not here to jack you off or give you likes on Facebook or any of that shit. I'm just giving you gratitude for being who you are when it comes to radio. I'm not talking about your everyday life, because we're all dealing with that. But when it comes to radio, you're talking about a top-notch, top-level, dominant, you know what I'm saying? It's like
I agree with that.
It's like a snake, or a venomous snake. You don't want to fuck with Trip when it comes to radio, and everybody knows that.
Well, I mean, I appreciate anybody that appreciates my shit. I mean, I do it humbly. I really do. Like, I like to toot our own horn when the time calls for it, just because I feel like sometimes it's underappreciated, but, it's...
Act as well. Post Politics is one of the greatest shows out there, and I'll say that proudly and wave that flag, because, again, when it comes to radio, I'm not talking about all the shit that we're dealing with in the world or what's going on, but when it comes to radio, yeah, this is, top 5 radio shows.
I just want everybody to know that it's like, if anybody appreciates what I do with radio, it's that, I'm truly heartfelt in what I'm talking about, and I want to appeal to every regular. I want to appeal to the regular guy.
Hell in a Cell with Lee Perry's free. And like I said, we'll talk about wrestling, because that's important, because there's people doing shows based on wrestling and talking about some shit wrestling, so we can work
wrestling
that out.
To you, buddy. Wrestling.
That's what I'm saying.
Taking it old school.
Oh, yeah.
So we can do that.
All right, guys. Hey, I got to jam. Dude, I love you guys, man. Keep up the good work. And, yeah, we'll get together on the back end to do a wrestling
Plug the show. Plug it.
Post Politics, Sunday, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be there, or you're homo. I'm bringing back the word homo, by the way. All right?
Take that one back. Good Lord. I can't use that.
What are you gonna do? A drop on me?
I worked that night, but
No,
let's
dude,
talk.
I know some homos, and they might not listen to your show now. What?
Well,
Who's going to get butthurt?
I don't want anybody that happens to be gay to misconstrue. If you're gonna listen to our show, then you probably understand what we mean when we talk about homos. Like, there's no sexual connotation to it whatsoever.
Trip, I want you to know that I personally know the national bear, whatever they call it. Yeah, the bear.
You don't even know the Cub Bear world. I do.
The national bear. I know him personally. He just won it in Lexington, KY.
It's all a conspiracy.
And if it wasn't for Trip here tonight, there wouldn't be any Dennis Ford on the Friday Night Super Show. So again, Trip, before you get out of here tonight, my brother, I want to tell you, I thank you for everything you do. I can't tell you enough. I appreciate what you do.
No, hey, man, I appreciate you, dude. Whatever you need. Hey, I'm around, so, I look out for my friends, and that's how it goes. So, much love, y'all. I'll see y'all if you listen in Sunday night.
That's for sure.
After work, I will.
Wednesday and
Man, much
Sunday
love, guys.
nights, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, later.
All right, Trip.
Thanks, Trip. Love you, buddy. It's been a great show so far, ladies and gentlemen. We've reached that all-important break time where we play you guys a little bit of music. Just a few tunes, to help you kick back, help you settle in. We've talked about a lot, covered a lot. From Trump to especially Fukushima. We're going to get to a whole lot more in the second hour, and Angry Mike is going to be back, and you're going to actually get to hear him, since last week they cut us off when we started talking about the subject. So we're going to hope that they don't do that this week, and if they do, we'll be bringing it right back live, so just stay tuned to the Last Voice for Liberty Network. They ain't going to stop us this time. I'm not looking at two different studios and using up all sorts of crap, so it's going to be fun. Dennis Ford is back here on the Friday Night Super Show. DJ Scratch a Sniff here, live in studio with me. Spent Kent from the crew, and anybody else who is wanting to join in. Big E's going to be coming up as well. It's, he's hanging out there waiting, salivating.
Oh, don't you dare be sour, leave here. Clap your hands for the world famous tag team champs of talk radio. And Bill,
The power.
Feel it, baby. We'll be back here on the Friday Night Super Show, baby.
Ride my face to Chicago, ride it all night long. Ride my face to Chicago, ride it all night long. Settle up, girl. All aboard? Train leaving now. Ride my face to Chicago, ride it all night long. Ride my face to Chicago, ride it all night long. Will that be an aisle or a window? Smoking or non-smoking? No smoking on trailways. Right on my face. Right on my face. Right on my face.
close entrapment while they attack us. Some of us pack up, get off the map, and take one last puff. Some of us stay strapped up, we snap, crack up, and just act up. Some of us say, nah man, fuck that, we don't back up. Smashing the block, tactical black block, push back cops. These activists grabbed and cuff on these black trucks that pass us. Fast track passes, they laugh at us and they tax us, while hackers cracking navigational gadgets that track us. Cause we stroll around thinking we're incredibly blessed now, willing to be strapped with devices heavily teched out. The human sensory system is suppressed and it's stressed out. We all checked into the matrix, but we never have checked out. So we try to avoid these weaponized toys that destroy us. We ain't paranoid, but we stay poised to the noises. Fuck the toys of a koi fish, this is the voice of the voiceless. And if you support the troops, then tell them boys to come join us. These are the times that we live in, the times that we die in. These are the times that we all are surviving. But we all must shine through these dark times in America we live in. These are the times that we die in. These are the times that we all are surviving. But we all must shine through these dark times in America. These are the times of universal deceit, when telling the wrong type of truth can get you murked in the street, prosecuted and persecuted for some words that you speak. Broad day, JFK, head burst in your seat. My cursive is neat, I vow to rout out all your pestilence. I will never flinch when confronted with the evidence. I don't care about an order from whatever bench. You're gonna need yourself a better wench than Loretta Lynch. How the hell is Preacher still on the loose now? She should be doing 2 to 5 in the Who's Cow. They pulled the wool over the eyes of the pew rile. It shouldn't be any surprise what they do now. They keep on going all out to scare you with their ISIS factor. What they really need to do is hire better crisis actors. Election, they stole it. You wanna get to control it? You might have to sacrifice a couple chickens to mold it. These are the times that we live in, the times that we die in. These are the times that we all are surviving. But we all must shine through these dark times in America we live in. These are the times that we die in. These are the times that we all are surviving. But we all must shine through these dark times in America.
What the fuck? This dark time is infinite. Been this way since the white man killed the Indians. The water in Michigan is poisoning citizens, while unhealthy Americans can't produce insulin. It's time to take initiative. And they ask me why I'm mad, cause you're not fucking listening. You need Ritalin to keep your attention from fizzling. We're giving kids iPads instead of making fishermen. Simplistic imprisonment. It's so easy to trap your mind with submissive instruments. Talking television sets, radios, and scripted text. They want you eating the beef, so you leave acidic, yes. I won't skip a step. Violent like ballistic tests, ridiculous. Expose the explicitness of the rich and fresh. And then we eat the rich and feed the poor with homegrown veggies and delete all the pizza stores.
These are the times that we live in, the times that we die in. These are the times that we all are surviving. But we all must shine through these dark times in America we live in. These are the times that we die in. These are the times that we all are surviving. But we all must shine through these dark times in America.
Besta Pizza is now joining forces with Comet Ping Pong Pizza. Might as well announce it, we're already joined together by the underground defunct subway tunnels. We just know you'll enjoy our new special pizza, the Besta Comet Express. Cheese made fresh daily, using nothing but the freshest breast milk available at the time. Not to mention some other special secret ingredients. Ooh, we're not telling. Hey kids, enter the Besta Comet Pizza Party Place Challenge, and you can play ping pong with President Obama. Be sure to try our new Podesta Brothers calzone with a walnut sauce to die for. Besta Comet Pizza. It's the place where families eat. Located at 666 South Podesta Drive, Washington, D.C.
Well, I was sitting around my house, oh, and as I looked around, you know the worries in my life are sure to bring me down, because I try so hard to be all of the things you said for me, but your shoes are so hard to fill, yes, and living in your shadow is hard for me. Oh, I'll be alright if you hold me through the night. it's hard to see. And though your time in this life was cut short, I'll still make you proud of me. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Like this one-year-old Cadillac DeVille. Priced right at $36,000. Fully loaded. V8 engine. Standard. Shock-resistant CD player. Standard.
Hey, the trunk looks kind of small there, Anton.
This is live. I'm on live TV. Trunk's fine. As you can see, friend, it's not small. It's a big trunk. I'll show you right here.
Well, you got a dead hooker in the trunk.
What? No, it can't be.
Yes, it was. It was a dead hooker.
It wasn't a dead hooker!
Pal, I know a dead hooker when I see one.
What's happening? Hey, folks, come on
Hey,
down.
hey, here's another dead hooker in this trunk.
What?
Oh, my goodness.
What are you doing?
I've never seen so many dead hookers in all my life.
Lord knows I have.
Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, laughing back and forth at what the other has to say. Reminiscing this and that and having such a good time. Oodle-lolly, golly, what a day. Never ever thinking there was danger in the water they were drinking, they just guzzled it down. Never dreaming that a scheming sheriff and his posse was a-watching them and gathering around. Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest, jumping fences, dodging trees and trying to get away. Contemplating nothing but escape and finally making it. Oodle-lolly, golly, what a day. Oodle-lolly, golly, what a day.
Oh, yeah, babies. We are back here in the second hour. If you are just now tuning in here on the Last Voice for Liberty Network, the Friday Night Super Show is live, childrens. I am the mouth, laughing and scratching at you, back again with my one great friend, my true best friend, man, my brother from another mother, Mr. Friday Night, Dennis Ford, man. He is here again. Brother, how in the hell are you doing?
Just give me a second here, because I'm really pissed. And you know what? People are pissed.
People are pissed?
And I'm sick of dealing with it. I'm sick of talking to people saying, hey, you know what? I do a radio show. Guess what? People don't give a shit. They don't care about what you do.
Don't give a fuck?
They don't care about. They don't give a shit about anything you're doing. So, yeah, I'm doing good, I guess. But at the same time, yeah, shit's fucked up. So, like I said earlier, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about politics? You want to talk about sports? You want to talk about the Super Bowl? You want to talk about Grammys? You want to talk about television? You want to be lost? You want entertainment? Or do you want the truth? Because that's what you're going to get here. And I hope you're ready for that. But yeah, I'm dealing with shit. I'm trying to make the best out of the shitty situation that I'm dealing with right now. And Trip is a big part of that. If it wasn't for Trip and some other people, AJ, Renegade Smith, other people I'm not going to mention here tonight that supported me and brought me out of the darkness of the shit I'm dealing with, I don't know where I would be. So that's important to bring up. And at the same time, yeah, the Friday Night SuperShow, it's never been the same since I left. But I'm here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You can bet on that.
That's right.
You can bank on that.
That's
So,
money
I
in the
like what
bank.
you just said there, brother. I like what you just said right there about what do you want to hear? You want to hear this? You want to hear about Lady Gagne, Lady Kaka? You know, her people praising her for such an awesome
Lady Kaka.
an awesomely horrible Super Bowl freaking halftime entertainment show, whatever the heck you want to call it, with the inverted stars buried in the ground. I don't know if you guys call it that or not, but you know, that's a really good point, man. And when you listen to some of these talk shows talking about this crap, I can't stomach it, and I know you guys can't either. It's just like, you're wasting my time, and you're wasting your breath. You're glorifying these people who are pawns in the game, puppets to the agenda, and these people are doing absolutely nothing to better, this country, the people, or the world. It's freaking sad, man.
I'll put it in perspective to you guys, just exactly what the Super Bowl means to the world. Okay, let me just lay it out there from experience this year. All right, this year I sat, had a couple drinks, fell asleep before halftime, woke up at 2 a.m. with throwing up and just bad things were coming out of me. Horrific, bad, dead-smelling things were coming out of me, okay? Nonetheless, at 2 a.m, the least of my concerns was the Super Bowl or anything else, or God himself could have came down and like, hey, it's time to go up, and I'm like, you're gonna have to carry me, because this, no, every time I move, I puke or shit, one of the two. That's how bad it was, kids. All right? No, it's a little bit graphic, but bear with me. All right? The next morning, when I woke back up again and went through the all horrific ritual, I actually had to call into work going, there's no way I can come into somebody's house like this. Either puking or shitting, one of the two. Every time I move, it's just not going to work. So I laid down and I was like, well, let's see what's going on in stupidity world. Turn on the damn TV. And what and yet still do I see, man?
Step to the right. Wrong gaga.
The same crap.
I got invited to a Super Bowl party.
What did I see? No. What did I see, boys? Was
Donald Trump.
Them talking about Lady Gaga's belly roll, or Donald Trump, or this. I had to wait until almost 10 o'clock in the morning, even on social media. I had to wait till almost 10 o'clock in the morning, and I did this purposefully, to see what the score was. I finally had to look it up myself.
You want to hear something funny? I got invited to the Super Bowl party. And when I got to the Super Bowl party, I had to ask, who's actually in the Super Bowl? I had no clue. I didn't care. They're like, really?
I actually watched
you don't even know who's in the Super Bowl. I said, why is it relevant to my life? I go, none of these people making millions of dollars for a distraction is relevant to my life. I go, well, who's in the Super Bowl?
That's true. Go ahead, Spank Ken.
I'm like, cool.
No, Atlanta, New England, yeah. And it was actually a pretty damn good Super Bowl. I watched it. I predicted the most of it.
So scripted.
Except the outcome.
Be sour.
It was so scripted.
Yeah, but I like football. That's a distraction that I need now and then. I've said that before, guys. It's a distraction I need now and then.
Go ahead, Dennis.
People do things. I like the game of football. I sit and watch Lady Gaga. I don't watch any of that stuff. I come outside, drink a beer, smoke a cigarette. I was out here during halftime.
I jerked off and went to sleep.
The game came back out here, drank a beer, and then
Wait. Go ahead, Dennis.
I just enjoy the game of football.
Go ahead, Dennis. Boys, when I call your name, then you can talk. Okay, I know it's a dickheaded Trump type move, but this is the power that y'all gave me. You voted me into this the last term, and so now I got to sit here in the fucking barber chair of death and tell you guys to shut up.
Anyway, because he's been taking a little break and he's back now. So I said we all shut up, let him talk.
Yeah, you're about to experience the strength of street knowledge, but at the same time, I mean, like I said, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about politics? You want to talk about sports? You want to talk about all the useless shit that's going on? Or do you want to talk about the truth about what's going on? Because that's all we're getting. Matter of fact, like I said, not to be Debbie Downer, but there is a pedophile ring that is being arrested as I'm speaking throughout the country. They're casting out all those bad pirates that were molesting children. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Molesting children. It's not Pizzagate. This is some real shit that has been happening for a long time. And me and Renegade have done shows on this, talking about this shit. It's nothing new, but, people don't care because they're watching television. They're watching entertainment. You need to be entertained, because if you're not entertained, what are you working for? Because you have to have entertainment to work. That's what your money's for, right? The fucking brain dead zombie. The Walking Dead is real. That's all I'm saying. And, it is good to be back on the show. I'm glad I finally have my voice to vent, to let people know that I really don't give a shit about your status or your likes on Facebook or your social media accounts or your radio shows. I've done radio shows. We talked about this the whole fucking show here tonight. Excuse my French. But yeah, we've done over 1,000 shows. Me and Lee Peer together alone have done over that many shows. I'm sure.
5 years.
Along with Renegade, along with Austin Thomas, along with Liberty Lisa. I can go on and on and on. All the people on the show here tonight have done radio shows with us over the years. So, yeah, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about some real shit?
Real shit is always
here. I got a question. I got a poll real quick. What's everybody drinking? Is anybody drinking beer? Lee Peer, are you drinking a beer?
Oh, I'm drinking beer. As a matter of fact, it's time for another one, kids. Another tall, cool Budweiser.
Go.
I'm not going to ask that question.
No, I'm just.
You guys want?
You guys
know what I'm drinking? I might blow your mind.
What is it? V8?
Well,
V8.
No. I actually had a glass of turpentine.
With some bleach.
Turpentine? What are you drinking?
No, I'm kidding.
Drinking rubbing alcohol again? God damn it! I told you not to do that
anymore. And now I have a Budweiser.
Oh hell!
Oh my God!
Budweiser?
Forget about my wrestling with legalized street drugs from Big Pharma. Turn me into an alcoholic. I'll become the fucking T-virus.
Well, Stone Cold says, if you got a cold Steve Weiser, give me a hell yeah.
The bottom
Hell
line.
yeah. Holy
Hey,
shit.
Denny, think back to 2014 when NW Truth Radio, you guys did that show of the best of.
Yeah.
And you guys had all sorts of categories and all, and everyone was voting on and stuff like that. Awesome show. And then we all got to talking after like the categories and all. And I remember, all of us kind of giving what we thought for the upcoming year 2014. Yes, people. 2013 going into 2014, all of us are doing shows together. Yes, we are now in 2017. That's how long we've been at this thing, and we're about sick of it. No one ever seems to learn. So anyway, I remember all
I
of
just
us
want to
kind of saying,
masturbate to people's profile pics. I mean, that's really my life goal.
2014 was all of us just keep going hard, and people start waking up. Don't take their word for it. Don't take our word for it. Start researching what's going on.
Well, there's a lot of that. There is a lot of that going around, and I keep my circle small, but the small circle that I do have does have a few of these people that disagreed with me for a very long time. Okay, a very long time, and we have been friends for an even longer time, and it got to the point where we wouldn't talk. They would disagree with me so much. But now there's all of a sudden, it just takes a little thing for them to go, let me take a look into this. And once you start doing the research, once you start digging down that rabbit hole, man, there's no stopping. And it's been kind of nice for these people here recently to come up to me, dude, do you know about this? Yeah, I know about that. Dude, thank you so much for telling me about this.
But for real, who does a really good job of waking people up?
Come on the show.
The government.
Yeah.
The government does a great job of waking people up.
Well, what did I say a long time ago on Guerrilla Radio, dude? Back in the early days was hey, guess who our biggest ally is going to be in waking people up? The government.
The government.
Because they're going to do everything we were telling people. And guess what? They're fucking doing it. It's that's at one point inside your head and your own emotions, man. You're sitting there going, yes, I'm fucking right. Ha all you bitches. Guess what? Now you have to respect what I say. No.
It's like, it's funny, it's like you almost kind of get sick and tired of saying, I told you so. But at the same time, it's so gratifying.
Well, that's the thing, man. You have to come back on the air, especially in doing what we do with the radio shows. And you have to come back on the air, and you have to have that point of humility going, well, this is what these people are doing now. They're going to continue on making it just even worse than not only what you first heard us talking about, but what we've been talking about in the subsequent amount of time. We've been kept telling you people, this is what's coming. If you would have, and there's so many of these idiots out there going, well, if we had voted Hillary, it wouldn't happen. Shut the fuck up. Exactly. You know it would have.
Yeah, exactly. Idiots.
It was going to happen either way. This has all been part of their fucking plan for a very long time. And we've been telling you this for a very long time. So when it comes across, especially here on the Friday Night Super Show, because this is kind of the show where we get to vent to you people. You hear a lot. There are a lot of other great shows that are really informative, really serious. Marching down the path to greatness type of shows out there that you people can listen to throughout the week. On Friday nights, you come here and you listen to us kind of let off some steam about the stupid shit out there and why you people, as much as we used to be, are at fault. I have to claim I'm not as much at fault of it anymore as most people, since I really don't contribute anything to society.
Hey, Denny and Lee.
I don't.
Let me ask you guys something.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm not
before.
gonna. Well, I'm not gonna subscribe along with a criminal system. So therefore, in order to walk away from a criminal system, you have to walk away from it in its entirety. You don't, say, you know what? I'm not gonna do crack anymore, except for this 20-piece on Friday nights. Yeah.
Hey, Lee. Now, I want to ask you and Denny something. And I've asked you guys this before in the past, man. Trust me, going back many, many years. If all of a sudden tomorrow everything works out and our fight, our war has been won, what are we going to talk about? Russia.
I'm going to talk about the Summer Camp Music Festival coming up in Chillicothe, Illinois. Here during Memorial Day weekend. I highly suggest that everybody goes, dude. Primus is going to be there.
Nice.
The Claypool Lennon Delirium is playing some sets. You've got.
I would talk about Squish and Plater between
Humphreys
my toes.
McGee has got a few sets. It's going to be, dude. It's awesome. It's going to be a great.
This
great
is what you need
4
to talk
days.
about. This is what you need to get on Facebook. This is what you need to tweet. This is what you need to talk about. Dennis Ford is on the Friday Night Super Show here tonight, and we got, 30 minutes or so before the top of the hour. And I just want to remind people, if you're the 10th caller here tonight, you can win some tickets to go see some alligators, eat some snakes in New Orleans, and watch WrestleMania.
And you
be careful.
And you get a little jar of Play-Doh.
I know a lot of guys that will take you seriously on that.
Your toes.
And I ain't got no tickets.
All expenses paid. You're good to go. So, yeah, what do you want to talk about?
What do we want to talk about? Well, let somebody have the floor that that wants to have the floor. So Big E. Excuse me.
Who hasn't used the cream yet?
Well, I don't know about that, but let me tell you something. Dennis Ford has returned. The walls have been parted. The seas of Jericho has been flowing. And I have not done babbling. While my dog snores on my couch and I sit on my bed watching you, I am thinking of the Friday Night Super Show. While the world turns round and flat and I stop my jaws and saying, damn, what took you so long, Dennis? Fuck, I waited so long for you to return. I'm fucking damn, Dennis. Welcome back.
Do you know how long a string has to be to go from here to... Never mind.
I don't know, but I just sounded really fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
That's what you asked me to talk for.
Oh, yeah, I had to say something. Jesus, I've been waiting for my patient thing time.
Well, you got to wait your turn, man.
I'm really happy you're back, though. Thanks for returning to my stupidity.
That's all right.
I apologize.
Dennis.
I'm sorry.
Dennis Ford.
I'm just that stupidity.
Dennis Ford has returned. Dennis Ford, Big E has said a big thanks for coming back, man. What's your response?
I'm just saying, I apologize it took this long for me to come back to this particular this show. And all the people that were sending me messages like, what's going on? Why aren't you a part of the show? Why aren't you doing this? And this is a part of me. This is where, I got my get up and go to get up every day was the Friday Night Super Show. I was looking forward to Friday nights every week. And we did it for so long. It was so much passion and so much drive and so much energy poured into this particular show. And I'm thankful to be here tonight. I don't know how it happened or how it linked up or how things worked out, but it's able to happen here tonight. Whether you believe in a higher power or anything like that, I'm trying to tell you, there's an energy that is the Friday Night Super Show that you can't deny. It's beyond radio shows. It's beyond anything you've ever heard in your life. It's the best shit, period. Period.
We can sit we can sit and toot our own horns.
Love it. Beer time.
we can
Friday Night
sit and
Super
toot
Show.
our own horse, but let's get to some serious stuff going on around here. The travel ban that some of these let's talk about this. Some of the stuff that these people want us to talk about. Man, I've gotten messages. Come on. The travel ban that El Presidente has tried to put into force, and the judges are holding it up. This has been mainstream media's coverage for the last, I'm going to say about 5-6 days. Has been the backlash and everything that has happened, because the actual decisions of these came on Sunday and Wednesday. So this supposed fight here. Now let's play out the soap opera for the kids, okay? The supposed fight, and I'm going to go around the round table. I'll give everybody a couple minutes to talk about their stuff, okay? Just give me a minute. Don't start jumping in and all that fun stuff. I know it's fun, but just hear me out. Now, here's the question I'm going to ask, kids. In the Dog and Pony Show, if you were writing the script, where would you have gone from the Donald Trump rebutting or talking shit about the justices before the decision or after the decision? Say everything that the government has said is true. What would you have done as president at that moment in time? We're going to start off. We're going to start off with Renegade Smith.
Oh, people are going to hate me for this one. Well, honestly, we shut down the borders a long time ago. We got enough people coming in here. We got enough people here to deal with. We can't even deal with the people we got now. We got veterans already getting taken care of. Yet we're worried about bringing the refugees from over in Syria and Yemen and all these other places. My problem with it all is, basically, what's that one statement that they have? Bring us your poor and bring us blah, 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 blah. Okay, so basically what you're telling us, bring the crap here. We'll take care of them. Okay. Some people actually are outstanding individuals and need something, but they're not leaving the country. They're just going to stay there. What I have to say is, go back to your country and do what we did back in the day. Overtake it and make things better. Don't feel like you have to flock here. Because honestly, when you come here, you're stepping into a prison camp anyway. Why would you want to come here? It blows my mind. And we just can't keep it up with no policy going on. Oh, does everyone come here? Like I said, we can't even take care of. They don't even want to. It's not that we can't. They don't want to take care of who we already have here. I mean, let's start with our vets. They're getting shit on every day. You give me really? Oh, we're worried about some freaking refugees coming here that actually hate us as Americans? Dude, let's bring in some more haters. I don't know if you guys saw the videos coming out of Europe and Germany, but whoa, yeah, doesn't look like a fun time. I would close. I wouldn't even allow it to happen. You know, first and foremost, why are we even over there in their country to begin with to create and wreak havoc the way that oligarchy loves to do? We shouldn't even be there. Let the people alone. Pull all of our troops out of the Middle East and let the people alone. There you go. There's no reason for us to be there in any way, shape, or form. We, the people, know this. But the oligarchs, the controllers, the string pullers, the ones who own the left-right paradigm, Democrats and Republicans, well, they have an interest there.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Renegade. All right. We're going around the round table. Spent, Kent, you chimed in there, man. Go, buddy.
Well, I mean, I think this is, as far as the refugees and everything is with the system and our intervention there in the Middle East in the first place. Non-intervention is the way to go. Get out, like Renee was just saying, get out of there, get the fuck out of there, stay the fuck out of there. But, we created a lot of those refugees.
We created them, and through our foreign policy, as far as we being the U.S. government, has created it. It's all part of the system. It's all about money and power. I think what they're doing with these refugees is trying to get rid of them. I mean, dude, okay, we're doing this power grab going on, this industrial military complex, all this stuff going on, money. All right, now what are we going to do with refugees? So they're just passing the buck right now with these refugees. Some of them are terrorists. Well, how do you create terrorists? We'll go in there, invade their land and kill their freaking children. That's a good way to create a terrorist. If somebody came in here and killed you and your family, or, invaded our shores, wouldn't we stand up and fight? Would we call terrorists by them? Al-Qaeda call them those American freedom-fighting terrorists. So the whole system's fucked up. All right, that's why we have refugees, and we can keep going and going. I would say this as far as what Trump's doing, building the wall or anything else. It's a distraction to keep, I think Renegade was just saying the left versus right paradigm. It's a distraction, keep people fighting amongst each other. Figure out what's going on, figure out the head of the snake is, figure out what the fuck, why everything's being done the way it is. You'll find out it's all about the money.
Yeah, this is true, Ben. All right, the question once again, if you were president right now, how would you be handling this shit? Big E, we're going to give you a couple minutes, man.
Well, I don't know about now, but in the year 2013, if I were Donald Trump in the Bush administration, just to prevent this monstrosity from taking place, I would have went to Muddy M Gaming in Monticello Raceway. I would have took all my money, betted on the horses, and fucking lost. Next.
Right on, brother. Right on. All right. Well, if it was 2013, that might have happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get a word from DJ Scratch and Sniff.
Nobody else would have either.
We're going to get a word from DJ Scratch and Sniff here.
This is a good part of the show. This is what everybody tuned in to listen to here tonight on the Friday Night Super Show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
Smooth Jazz with DJ Scratch and Sniff.
DJ Scratch and Sniff and his smooth jazz on it. DJ, go ahead, man.
Well, honestly, I'm kind of with Renegade on this. I'd have closed it a long time ago. I hear every day that, well, how do we all get here? We all got here the same way, but at the same time, isn't there a limit? I mean, like you said, there's all these vets that need taken care of. We've got homeless people everywhere that need taken care of. We've got kids of our own that are out living on the streets that aren't being taken care of. Yet they want to bring all these people in and take care of them too. And we're already in trillions of dollars of debt and give money to wars and countries that we don't need to be giving money to in the first place. So I think we should have just stopped all this a long time ago. Mind our own fucking business. Close the borders. Stay out of all this bullshit. Period.
Can I say something, man?
No.
In this situation, we're talking about we can't afford our vets and everything else. We can afford every fucking thing we want to if we had the right people, focusing on what's important. The industrial military complex and the defense spending in the U.S. is like 500 or 700 billion. My numbers aren't always right, but somewhere around there. And the next 7-8 countries combined don't even add up to what the U.S. spends in defense. Okay, right there, that budget could, if it's 500 billion, let's just say it's 500 billion. Right there, you can feed everybody, clothe everybody, house everybody in the world easily with $500 billion. Not to mention, if you're feeding everybody, who's going to be a terrorist? I'm getting fed.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, wait a minute. We're going around the round table here. Boys, hey, who keeps talking? Well, I'm talking. We're going around the round table here, and now it's the turn of the illustrious one, the returning Mr. Friday Night. We got to save the host's opinion here for last, man, and because this is where we come in and tell you guys where you're wrong. Dennis, you're up first.
No, I really don't have much more to add because, everything is messed up. I don't really know what's people anymore because I've been doing it for the last 6 years, telling people about all this shit. it's repetition that is really starting to get me. So this is why I don't do the Friday Night Super Show as much as I used to. Okay? Alright, so that's all I have to say. Anybody out there that does radio, though, that you appreciate getting the message out to people or whatever movement you're a part of, you know, that's much appreciated because we need more people like that. We need more people that pick up the ball and fucking run with it, score a touchdown. Or why else are you even in radio? Why are you even doing radio if you didn't think you were the best person at doing radio, talk radio, internet radio, YouTube, any social media? You have to be the best. And if you're not the best, you can't bring the best to the people. But like I said, it's always every year it's the Super Bowl, the Grammys, celebrity gossip, bullshit, social media garbage, you know, all the shit we've been telling people about. And now people are like, oh shit, now we understand what's going on. It's too late. It's too late. I'm sorry. And that's probably where we should end the show. It's too late, ladies and gentlemen. Shit is already in motion. And yeah, that's my final thoughts. And
But it's not final thought time.
Yeah, that's 2 hours away. It's all good though.
I'm just saying. I'm being very serious in my words with people here tonight because, like I said, I haven't done this show in a long time, and yeah, it's like a venomous snake. I'm trying to bite people. I'll snap and I'll, you know, inject venom in you to get you to understand where I'm coming from. And I don't want to paint a picture for people, but that's how serious this shit is. And this is how serious I take this show, and this is how tonight I'm able to do this show because, again, I've done this show many times before, but you have to bring your A game. You can't show up to this show and just, half-ass it. It's not going to happen on the Friday Night Super Show, and that's pretty much all I have to say. We'll talk about final thoughts later on, but yeah, who else is going to call in here tonight to change anything we've been saying for, again, for the last 6 years? All these radio show hosts, all these people that we have seen come along and fall off. Guess who's back? Guess who's back on the radio?
Shady.
When people thought I was off, I fell off the flat earth. You know, I'm gone. There's no saving Dennis. He's gone.
He's back.
You know, here we are here tonight. And like I said, you have to be very entertaining in what you do when it comes to radio. And like I said,
otherwise they don't want to listen to you, man. That's how this game works. Yeah.
Lee, follow me here. Just check it out. You know, Renegade Smith, Austin Thomas, Lee Pierre. I mean, I can go all day long about people that do radio, that approach radio what it should be. And a lot of people don't do that. And if you're not doing that, like I said, you shouldn't be doing it. If you didn't get into radio to think you were the best person doing talk radio on the internet, then you need to retire. If you're not trying to get the world title in radio and on social media, you should probably retire and not do radio anymore. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to vent or talk shit about anybody that does radio. But yeah, I'm probably the best in the last 10 years that has done radio, along with Lee Pierre. And like I said, a long list of people that appreciate this type of art form. And if you can't do that, then you shouldn't be in radio. So kiss my ass. Anybody that don't appreciate that.
You know what I love about the Friday Night Super Show, Danny? You know, you get home from work. Let's just say you get home. You know, we had a bunch of freaking snow. I don't know if you got it down there where you're at, but it came from Lee Pierce area. Thanks for the storm, by the way, brother. Well, you know, we got a bunch of
That's
snow.
right.
And
All I can do is piss on the east. Sorry,
Yeah.
east. That's my pee.
Iowa.
Feel it falling out of the sky. It's my pee. I send it all right to
Well,
you.
I didn't see it was yellow.
That's
so,
last week's
if it
beer.
Yo, if this snow was yellow, I would have been selling lemon snow cones on the corner. But anyway,
Shit, I should
You know
have.
what I like
I could
about
have
the
made
show?
some caramel ones this
You know-
week. You should have been there.
what I was trying to say is, you people came home early that day, or then we have a bunch of mothers sitting around early in the afternoon. I go into work early and I get done pretty early in the afternoon, so I come home and have to deal with these spewful, putrid, nonsense freaking shows like The View and stuff like that. Absolutely senseless.
That's still on the air. I thought all them bitches was moving to
Hold on,
Canada.
guys. Hold on. I'm trying to give props here to the Friday Night Super Show. Give me 1 second.
Well,
These shows are just absolutely make me throw up in my mouth. They sit there and pump up shills. They sit there and pump up people who have absolutely nothing to do with anything. They are created by the entertainment industry, and these shows like The View or whatever, they pump these people up because they're supposed to. It's in their script for nothing. They do nothing. What the Friday Night Super Show reminds me of is a show like The View, but with truth. Now, that's not an insult. I'm trying to tell you guys, like, what you do. Like, when I do my shows, I sit there and do research. We do topics. You guys come on and just roll with it. And that's kind of like what The View does in a way. But what they do ain't even close to what you guys are doing right here on the Friday Night Super Show. I love tuning in. I've been here since the get-go, since the very start, when it was a two-network broadcast, NW Truth Radio, and I believe it was Truth Emerges at the time.
Yep.
This, to me, is like the real View, because we all got a view on what's going on. And this is how it should be. Oh, and I guarantee you this. None of us will ever see network TV. And I don't think any of us want to be a part of it.
No.
So keep doing what you're doing, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. It's the entertainment, the fun times that people need to start the weekend off with a little bit of truth. And if you can't swallow it, it's because you've been force-fed lies for I don't know how long, probably too long. But, man, Danny, good to hear you back, man.
Hello. Is this
Yeah,
thing
you
on?
still there?
I had like 5 callers a minute ago. I couldn't shut people up. All of a sudden, I'm getting 10 seconds of dead air. What the fuck?
I'm just giving you guys props, man. I like what you're doing. I've always liked what you're doing, and you guys got a good thing going.
Well, we may be a little bit sour to some people's taste, but hell, everybody wants to suck on us. That's all I'm saying.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop?
Hey, come and find out, baby. I'll tell you, no. On the serious side, man, we've never come out here and tried to lie to you about that. We may have come out and tooted our own horn a few times. We may have come out and been a little bit pompous with the way that we come across. I've gotten that my entire life. Oh, Lee, you come across as a dick because you act like you know more than everybody else. Well, shit, maybe I do. Maybe it's time that you know a little bit more. Stop worrying about what the fuck I think I know and start worrying about what you know.
Yep.
Okay? I would not dominate a conversation. I would not, sit and come across like I know everything if you knew something I didn't. Think about that. And no, it better be something a little bit more tangible, a little bit more important than video games. Okay? Sorry, but that's what I look for in a conversation. we're going to have a conversation about video games. It's going to go pretty one-sided. Me sitting there, pretty much talking to you like I did my mother-in-laws. Yep. Okay. Really? You don't say.
Leap here. This is Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaquille O'Neal on the line.
Hold on. Yeah. Dennis had to step away for a second. Do you remember that game Shaquille O'Neal had when I was famous? That came on Sega Genesis. Do you remember that?
Man, the general dumped on your ass.
Was that the first or the second time that Shaquille O'Neal made a free throw? Shaquille O'Neal.
It was called Shaq Fu.
Man,
I think I ordered that in a Chinese restaurant.
The general dumped on
That my pants once.
The general dumped on you, man.
It wasn't NBA Jam. It was Shaq Fu, and Shaq was in it, and Kobe was in it, and one of them guys from the NBA, Charles Barkley.
Was that the one where Kobe threw his condom at the garbage can and then lost his ring?
Yeah, did you guys hear about these guys breaking into Kobe or whatever the heck his name is, Colby, his old high school, Kobe Bryant, whatever he is. He's irrelevant in my life, but evidently someone's life. I mean, he's a big deal. They broke into his old high school and stole his jersey that was like in a display. They broke into the display, stole his jersey and trophies, all this other stuff. Like they were.
Well, Shaquille. Wait a minute. Let's get a word from Shaq here, because Shaq did play with Kobe for a few years there on the LA Lakers. Shaq, when it came to Kobe, did somebody steal his jersey, or was he just using it as a cum rag? We've got to know.
Well, Leap here, my brother. You're talking about the Lakers. In the 90s. Yeah, I played with Kobe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe somebody is possibly has their hands on Kobe's jersey, or maybe.
Now, Shaq.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Let Shaq finish. I know it's kind of like talking to Charles Barkley in reverse, but
hold on a second. I got a point here because I got to plug icy hot packs. If you got any,
if your back hurts, Shaq, what do you use?
Shaq, what should I do? It's hilarious. Well, Shaq, you mentioned you played with Kobe. What do you mean by you played with him? Like basketball, juggling balls? Like, what did you do with him exactly? Did you touch his junk and juggle his balls? What do you mean, Shaq?
Hold on a second.
Earlier
in our careers, we played college basketball. Kobe never played college. Kobe was drafted straight out of high school, but Shaq played in college, so I know about the Masons, the Freemasons.
Well, that's where you got your money, right?
I sold my soul, but I can't make a free throw. But
that's greasy. That's real.
You get one of these precious hot packs.
It's fucking greasy. Yeah, it's greasy.
Shaq, do you have any advice or anything for erectile dysfunction?
I have 3 rings with the Lakers, and 2 with Miami Heat.
You got anything for hemorrhoids? Have warts on your buttock?
That's
anything for warts?
Like I said, I'm a Mason.
So you wait in call things and let other men juggle your junk to get that next degree?
This is going down a really greasy avenue.
Greasy.
Greasy.
You gotta play the audio. Greasy.
It's greasy.
Oh, that's greasy. That's really fucking greasy. Yeah, it's greasy. Greasy.
Greasy.
Greasy.
There You got to play the Bears one. I think Mexicans are getting effed by Bears. Bears Bulls.
Yeah, hey, Leaf here. Call us sex line or something.
Yeah, that's hilarious, though. Yeah, that was good.
Well, you know, we might as well.
That was fun right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard the greasiest hour of the Friday Night Super Show. The homoeroticism was there so thick, boys. It was a sausage party for the ages, ladies, if you are into that thing. Or, well, hey, any of you dudes, and especially as Renegade is so fond of, you bears. You know, get out there. And Renegade loves the Bears. He does. Yeah,
I was a renegade. I was a vending machine. Jesse Ventura.
He's out there. He's out there wanting to be a part of it.
You got to play the audio clip. I haven't heard it in a while.
You know, wanting to call people smoky. Ladies and gentlemen, if in case you didn't know, it's getting ready for us to take that second hour break. I know, of course, the debauchery, where can it end? Well, it's going to take a pause right here because we've got a little bit of an end to this greasiness. I know it's going to sound funny when I say this, but hashtag Pizzagate. We're going to be talking this next hour about the big child pedophilia sex ring and how there's a lot of busts going down around the country and around the globe. The Angry Dad is supposed to be joining us. My good friend Mike going to be a part of the show. Dennis Ford is here, ladies and gentlemen, just in case you didn't know, Mr. Friday Night.
Hold on a second. I think he's coming back. Hold on. Yeah,
thank you. Shaquille O'Neal's been standing in.
Yeah, I want to tell you, Leap here, you know, as far as the NBA or any of that stuff, yeah, but, yeah, there is some stuff going on, but if you have some lower back pain, go ahead and throw the steak.
And erectile dysfunction. You're selling out stuff like that at a George Foreman grill, man, you are just at the end of your game.
It ends up being that much fun, ladies and gentlemen, here and each and every week on the Friday Night Super Show. Hour 3 coming up. We'll be back on the Friday Night Super Show, baby.
History has shown your genetic disease, you're parasitical prone, you could never be pleased. Everywhere you've gone, you've been treated for fleas. It's time to delouse the house, we don't need none of these. Arming themselves to the teeth while taking Americans' guns, and all the time they having so much fun. Just take a look what they done. Just take a motherfucking look what they done.
They took the gold from Gaddafi and the petrol from Hussein, playing God with Assad's democratic regime. All over your Talmud vision, ISIS is seen, but that big plasma screen is a crisis machine. High definition for the Goyim, holy hola hoax, Ilya Ehrenberg's dream. There's too many facets for you to understand the plan, from plundering opium and lithium in Afghanistan to justifying a fraudulent crisis to attack Iran and finalize the greater Israel by taking Pakistan. Just look at the blue borders on their vile flag. The designer of that thing is a foul fag, acting like it represents Talit or this and that. But I have seen the 1947 Rabbi Fishman map. The greed, Lord have mercy, you want Iraq, Syria, Egypt, and even a little piece of Turkey. Tell me, when will your avarice cease? Time immemorial, you acted like nefarious beasts. I can't follow your holla hoax dollar score, especially when the Holodomor killed a lot more. I highly recommend it, that rhetoric, you should end it. Your anti-Gentile penchant has me very offended. And with a straight face, you embrace how it's right. You're overplaying your sympathy card again, Talmudite. The people you call Goyim are starting to awaken. And if you haven't noticed, they focused on taking back their nation. Historically parasitic, utter degeneration. That is why you've been kicked out of 109 locations. The people you call Goyim are starting to awaken. And if you haven't noticed, they focused on taking back their nation. Historically parasitic, utter degeneration. That is why you've been kicked out of 109 locations.
All I'm saying,
Chosenites lament.
God is not your real estate agent.
Philistine ain't for rent.
All I'm not your little real estate agent. The Levant is not for rent. I can visualize the laughter when they pass the bill like NAFTA and tell you there's a crisis named ISIS they've been after. They're setting off bombs, they're chopping off heads. Whatever boogeyman they can get under your bed. And if you refuse to turn your state into a comprador, you can bet your petrol we're about to have a proper war. You're not allowed to have a sandstone aquifer for independence. What the fuck you think they killed Gaddafi for? They don't like one world enemies. This is the same pack that whacked Jack Kennedy. This is the same clique that kidnapped the Lindbergh baby and murdered it ritualistically. The system is comprised for a liar's disguise. The lower you're willing to go, now the higher you rise. The less empathy you possess, the more capital you'll ultimately be able to invest in a fraudulent enterprise. The Talmudic lies are meticulously stacked. If you're able to deconstruct, it's ridiculously whack. The Talmudic eyes are specifically rat. You heard vampire killers? This ain't different from that. All I'm saying, Chosenites better lament. God is not your real estate agent. Or they're gonna be forced to repent. My friend, all I'm saying, Chosenites better repent. Your actions have been kinda flagrant. I don't think you quite understand it. All your sympathy cards have been spent. All I'm saying, I wanna give you a firm handshake. Break your knuckles, knock you the fuck out, wake you the fuck back up, and make your Rachel Corey pancakes. All I'm saying, the things I see you celebrating are utterly disgusting. From your eating of homins' ears to promoting all these queers to your baby penis sucking. This is fascinating. All I'm saying, you must be my sugar nah. God is not a real estate agent. Come on, it's not hard to understand, my man. All I'm saying, you're a trombonic. God is not a real estate agent. What you doing here? What you doing here? What you constantly claim you're a genius while you suck baby peanuts. You like to mutilate. It's just a part of your nature. Disrespect your woman. Can you see there's a dichotomy? You'd have to be blind not to see. I mean, it's not about what you do to me. I'm simply making observations that I see. And what you accuse your opposition of is what you do. I rack my brain just trying to understand all of these atrocity crimes I see with my own eyes. Climate deniers got me hotter than a hoarder's head. Think we wanna take them way back into the slaughter shed. Their engineering is so glaring it's a power shed. Imagine that, water coming out of German shower head. Oh my God, I'm so offended. He grabbed my arm, I think he bended. He grabbed my arm, I almost did a slide. I haven't felt this bad since my father died. These people have taste sacks. The psychological Ashkenazim disorder we should tax. It's so easy to diagnose. They feeding on the host, parasitic to the max.
watch her dance. He likes to watch her dance, to watch her dance. Creeping through the night. He's creeping through the night. He's his lust for light. Creeping through the night. Oh, that good old fine upstanding Mr. Right. He sets up little cameras 'cause he likes to watch her sleep. He likes to watch her sleep, things in the rain and by the peep. He sets up little cameras 'cause he likes to watch her sleep. He likes to watch her sleep, to watch her sleep. Lustful flight. Creeping through the night. Oh, that good old fine upstanding Mr. Right. He sets up little cameras 'cause he likes to watch her shower. He likes to watch her shower, such a pretty little flower. He sets up little cameras 'cause he likes to watch her shower. He likes to watch her shower, to watch her shower. A dirty little bastard he can be. Creeping through the night. He's creeping through the night to ease his lustful flight. He's creeping through the night. Oh, there's something going wrong with Mr. Right. He's creeping through the night. He's creeping through the night to ease his lustful flight. He's creeping through the night. Good old fine upstanding Mr. Right.
babies. We are right back here on the Friday Night Super Show. That's right, I'm the mouth laughing and scratching at you, joined by my tag team partner, man, my brother from another mother, Dennis Ford. How in the hell is you doing tonight, brother?
I don't know, that music was killing me. Yeah, we got to get into this third hour, you know, Pizzagate, all this stuff that nobody wants to talk about. But, you know, hey, I'll be hanging around. I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight on the Friday Night Super Show. If I don't talk to you again, trust me, babies, ladies and gentlemen, I love you. I appreciate everything you do. Even though life is short, and you never know what life is going to bring. Just remember, I'm back on the Friday Night Super Show, and, you know, things are changing. Things are going to change. I'm pissed off. I'm sick of listening to Alex Jones. Alex Jones is a joke. He's a fucking joke. I'm sorry. But leave here, yeah. Thank you for bringing me into this. But yeah, like I said, I've said enough here tonight. I want to, again, just sign off and thank everybody. And I'll be back next Friday night. But maybe before then, if we talk about that here in the future.
This is for sure. This is for sure.
My
kids.
brother, are you jumping off?
Oh no! We're still here for the third hour. We're waiting, Mike, to give us a ring and be a part of it. I'm sitting here by the phone line. He better hurry the fuck up though, because I get
Big
pissed.
E's still hanging around here.
No, Big E had to jump off. You know, technology requires battery power, kids. So you know, that's the way these things work. We've got Renegade and Spent Kent still hanging out, as well as DJ Scratch and Sniff live here in the studio, making his ass sore, sitting up here in this makeshift studio for the time being here, kids. You know, we're getting through it. It's going to be a moment that we can be a part of together when everybody's ass is comfortable in the studio. Okay? Not everybody can't. My ass isn't comfortable right now. You have to understand. I don't have an ass, but if I did have one, you know, in the theoretical sense, by the cubits and the zirconiums of the manor.
My ass ran away again.
Well, grab a pillow and resituate it.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry, kids. My ass did run away again.
Fix them hemorrhoids.
It got up and left. Now, in this third hour, we're really wanting to some back pain.
You got on your back. Ice it hot.
You ever notice how Shaquille O'Neal sounds like a drugged up Charles Barkley or a drugged up Karl Malone? Yeah.
You'll never make a free throw.
There's no little back pain problem with ice you hot. Hey, Shaq, I got a question for you. Could you call me out of work tomorrow? I'm just sick of being a volunteer slave. I just want a Saturday off.
Call yourself out of work tomorrow. It's called pick up your phone, dial that boss number to be like, yo, I ain't coming in.
No, I could do that, and I've done it before, but I think it'd be pretty cool if Shaq could call me out of work. That'd be starstruck.
No, give me your cell phone number, and I'll call your boss, and I'll tell him he needs to get down with E. Diddy and Hollywood and The Rock. The Rock Johnson. You know The Rock from wrestling. And
finally,
if you have some,
The Rock, I'm just curious about The Rock. Did they make him bench press the casting couch before they stuck it in his ass?
You didn't let me finish. If you have some back pain, you can throw this big ass icy hot press.
All right. The Rock. I think The Rock has felt the back pain. Finally, The Rock is back on the Friday Night Super Show. Back tonight.
It's
Talk
gotten
about
crazy up in here.
tonight. The Rock doesn't want to talk about leave them out fear. Tonight, The Rock wants to talk about erectile dysfunction.
You need some male vitality.
He probably had it when he was.
I can give you some male vitality pills
because of the shock. You're talking about the shock. You're talking about The Rock's, the people's penis. I'm talking about the casting couch where they did you wrong.
Talk about no lube. That's a no lube joke there, kids. In a hairy butthole. Just to, spread that. Although The Rock looks like he might wax. The Rock looks like he might wax said butthole. So, if it's not hairy, there's a little bit less tuggage. A little bit less pullings.
It was hairy. Did it need some mowing?
I hear the people.
It was
people now.
It was
How bad
hairy.
you want that money?
Hang on. It was
How bad
hairy.
do you want that money?
It was hairy. Did it need some mowing?
How bad do you want that money? What are you willing to do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want that money, and you're willing to go all the way? Well, come over here, Rock. Let's press this couch for 1 second. Grab that Vaseline, and we're going to get some trannies in here to shove the couch up your butt. And we're going to get our camera to hold it against you.
And if you keep doing what we want, we'll give you all the money that you could possibly have, and all the steroids, to keep you looking ripped, because we got to keep you looking young and ripped. I mean, even though you're getting to be 44, 45, we got to keep you at the body of a 20-year-old iron builder.
You can take your little white candy-ass penis, turn that son of a bitch sideways, and stick it straight up The Rock's candy ass.
Oh, The Rock does.
Wait, Rock,
what the fuck?
When you step out of line, all the videos that we made of you on the casting couch, and we want to silence you, well, we'll just threaten you to release them and then drain your bank account, and you're no more The Rock, you're the Pebble. Well, nobody, and The Rock means nobody will believe any of those videos.
I don't know. I think we've heard people's opinion on The Rock. We hang on, boys. We've heard. Hang on, you deaf sumbitch. We've heard people and their opinions on The Rock. Let's get a true opinion here from a wrestling scholar. There's somebody who's been there and known a few years. Not saying you boys haven't. Just saying, hey, let's get his word. Mr. Friday Night, returning to the Friday Night Super Show. Dennis Ford, your thoughts on Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
For real.
Enough said right there. Like, for real.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, how exactly do armadillos roll?
The Rock wants to know. Oh my God! I think he said it all right there with the for real.
That was
no. I mean, if you think about it, The Rock, he went on to do Hollywood, and we all know what Hollywood is. Like I said, it's a Freemason secret society. Play this role, play this shit, molest children, be an evil piece of shit, but smile in people's faces all fucking day to make money. That's what it's all about.
Oh, and then he did the family movies too. Act like you're a big family man. When you're not.
The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan. Who you want to bring up in this conversation? Because all these people have sold out to be an action figure.
Well, something does for it. Go ahead. Keep going. You're right.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's how far do you want to take it? How far do you want to sell yourself, or not even your soul, but just yourself, to have people follow your footsteps or people appreciate who you are? Fuck that. You know how many people die all the time, every day?
You say your prayers, eat your vitamins, all that good shit.
No, I'm not talking about
got paid
that.
to do that.
I'm not talking about. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you have to understand that you have a purpose. You may not understand it today or tomorrow or a year from now, but eventually you'll understand that you have something that nobody else can bring to the table. And I'm not talking about wrestling, entertainment, radio shows, Facebook, Twitter, presidents, politics. I don't care what you want to bring up to the table. If you're not being the best at what you are able to do, then why are you even doing it? Why are you even a part of it? You're only wasting people's time. And I'm sorry, I don't want to bring that up to people. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that's the bad news. If you're not being the best you can at what you are doing or bringing to the table, then you shouldn't even be sitting at the table. And I'm sorry. And that's really all I have to tell people. I'm not here to inspire people or have people contribute to what I do, but when I'm at my darkest, friends on Facebook I've never met face to face send me money or help to contribute to what's going on, to me being on the radio here tonight. I haven't been on the Friday Night Super Show in maybe 2.5 months. Leave here. Is that a fact check? Can you check that?
True.
Close.
2 months, right?
True.
Okay.
Say word.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was only because of the people. You know, you bring up The Rock. The People's Champion is back on the Friday Night Super Show. That's amazing. Amazing.
Well, you know what, Danny? You're real. You're real. And you won't go that route that The Rock did. The Rock sold out. Yeah, and he took that casting couch up his keister. Trust me, he did.
Well, that's the same
and they
thing
got,
with John
they
Cena.
got him blackmailed. A lot
That's
of people
what I'm
go
saying.
through it.
John Cena fought The Rock at WrestleMania. There was a few years. Like I said, we can do a radio show. We can do a whole radio show talking about wrestling, talking about entertainment, talking about
the entertainment industry itself, brother. I mean, we can go movies, we can go actors, actresses, we can go musicians. I mean, we go Marky Mark. Well, I would do the rest thing first, though.
Well, you know, who's paying the ultimate price? It's these people that are trying to break into this business that they've fallen in love with, whether it be with acting, with professional wrestling, or anything. And then what happens? At some point in time, you're going to take a dick, whether it's plastic or real, is really just depending upon who you're applying to that job to. Okay, but at some point in time, you're taking a dick, and whether it's even you know, an actual cock in your mouth or in some other orifice, God forbid, you know, even if that's the case, you know, or it's not the case, you might even be taking one just proverbially having to. What we're going to pay you $8 an hour to sweep this floor. We're also going to ask you to do this and do that and do this and do that and do this and do that. But when we hire you, we're going to tell you, we're paying you $8 an hour just to keep this floor clean. Oh, awesome. I could keep the floor clean for $8 an hour. Hell, that fucking, you know, feeds my weed habit, feeds my fast food habit. Good enough for me. Mom's not going to kick me out of the basement if I'm feeding myself. Right on. No. Then when you get there, you're getting $8 an hour for, well, sweeping the floor and cleaning the fryer or doing this or doing that or covering somebody here or covering somebody there. Next thing you know, you're getting $8 an hour for doing a whole hell of a lot more than what you agreed to. And ladies and gentlemen, if you start to apply that big picture style to especially what's going on with your Constitution and your federal government. No, wait a minute. You guys are doing a whole hell of a lot more than what was ever agreed to. Not even before when I was born, since when I've been born, and apparently I've been alive for 200 years, ask my kids. But even before that, it's been sold down the goddamn river. I didn't agree to that. Dennis Ford didn't agree to that. Renegade Smith, Spent Ken, Big E, DJ Scratches, none of us agreed to any of this. We just kind of got born into it and go, oh, this is the way things are. Wait a minute.
We got indoctrinated, but not as bad as they're indoctrinated today.
You look back at your parents at some point in time, or you look back at your elders that taught you all this, your school teachers or everything else, and you go, well, why? Why is this just the way things are? Then they all of a sudden, God, heretic, burn the witch, burn the witch at the stake.
Hey, Lee, let me say this. I got to jump out of here, man. I got to be one of them people.
All right, Renegade, give us a last couple of minutes, plug anything you want, and a final thought from Renegade before we kick this last half hour off. Go ahead, buddy.
Man, I just want to say thank you for having me on, man. Dennis, awesome to hear you back on there, Denny. See, that term, Denny, I'm probably the only one who uses it, because that's like a loving term, you know. Anyway, Danny, good to hear you back on there, man. All prayers, all for you, brother. I know you've been dealing with a lot here. Same with you, Lee. All prayers for you as well, brother. Love you guys, man.
Cheers.
I love you guys, for real. For all the people out there listening, man, you all tuned into one heck of a show. And that's why I'm tuned in, because this is one heck of a show. Well, man, take it all in. Go out there and be something and become something, and definitely stay off the casting couch, because you ain't going to become something on the casting couch. You're going to become what they want you to become.
Well, unless, of course, you're on
Be yourself. Go make an imprint in society. Go do something different.
Unless, of course,
out among the crowd and be someone that people want to look up to, because, well, you made an attempt. You made an attempt for the better society. That's right. And on that note, man, I've got to go slave to the dollar tomorrow, and I do got to jump out.
Hey, you didn't think it but get there, Renegade. Hey, don't forget about me, brother.
I ain't forget about you yet, Spence. Thank you for hanging with us, man. Thank you for filling the ground here, man. You've done a great job, brother. You have.
Span Kent's going to be here every week along with us, man. Another part of the Friday night crew, man. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger, so.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely does, man. And well, God bless you all. For real. And Spence, man, seriously, you know, the conversation in the green room, you got nothing to worry about, man. You do what you have to do, and Friday Night Super Show continued on. It's all good, man. And it's good to see the coalition coming back around. That's all I got to say. Anybody doesn't know what the coalition is, they need to take a look. I think we grow this thing.
I need to hear some more of your music too, bro. So you got to start posting, man. Jump up on my page or something there, you know. Post the shit out of it. I want to hear some more.
You ain't heard nothing yet. I'm actually ready to flop everything I've done and go with my new stuff. But anyway, there, guys. Lee, Denny, thank you guys, and Spence, thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me on.
Cheers.
So listeners out there, man, stay strong. Know who you. And, man, tear it up. Tear it up. Don't settle for what they tell you are. You go and show them who you are.
Cheers,
Let's win this country
cheers.
back. Let's win this world back from these freaking scumbags that think they can control us. Enough said on that note. Guys, I'm out. Take care of yourselves, man. Love you all.
Right on, man. Love you too. That's for sure. Spent, Ken, I'm going to let you get a final word up in here. Me and Dennis are going to end the show here, and we're going to play just a few minutes of music, man, before we kick on out of here. So,
man, I just got to say I love you both.
and you all are the tag team champions. I'm glad I could, always be there for you guys on the show, always, and still am continuing, always, because it's my favorite show. And it's an honor to sit there and be part of this, actually, all the time that I've been. And Dennis, I can't say I love to hear your voice, brother. It's been a long time, man. I'm glad you're back. And love it.
That's how it goes.
And I can say to everybody else out there listening, as usual, what you got continuously hear from Spanky, and it's educate yourselves. Learn your shit. Wake up. Seek the truth, no matter if the truth is what you wanted to hear or not. You seek it. If it's uncomfortable, take it. Truth is what matters, the truth. If it's boring, still take it, the truth. If it's too boring for you, don't add aliens. Don't add reptilians. Just follow the truth. Just follow it. Follow the money trail. We got a bunch of corrupt motherfuckers running this world right now. We got to do something about it. I'm waking people up left and right as much as I can here on the Friday Night Super Show.
Right on, brother, man. I sure
Guys,
appreciate
I love
it,
y'all.
dude.
Take it away. I'm out. I'm listening though. Right here, listen to my brothers. Let's go.
Right on, dude. Dennis, it's been an eventful night, dude. Kansas been here. We've had Renegade Smith here. DJ Scratch and Sniff still hanging out with us here in the studio, man. He's content and sitting here being quiet like a good DJ should, Only speak when the turntables be speaking. But shit, man. We've had some good guests. It looked like Mike isn't going to be able to make it, so it's down to you and me, brother. Like it always has been, like it's always going to be.
Definitely, Leap here, and thank you for that introduction. Most people don't want to talk about Pizzagate, and that's fine. We don't have to talk about that. Here's something I want to talk about, though. Is that most people you're going to meet are very similar to venomous snakes, different breeds. Not that they're reptilian, just that most people that you're going to meet are going to fucking bite the shit out of you and inject you with venom. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand where I'm going with this? But at the same time, this transcends entertainment, politics, everything else. You're dealing with snakes. You're dealing with people that will fucking kill you without remorse. Again, earlier we were talking about Chicago. Okay, Leap here. I hate to bring this up again about Chicago, but Chicago is very real. There's some shit going on there that most people won't understand because there's a drug cartel tied to Mexico that is shipping in all kinds of drugs and some other shit, that we all need being Americans.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, that's time.
So you mean all sorts of stuff that the government keeps making illegal? Oh, wait, did I say that? But that's none of my business. Where's my beer?
No, it's the same government that's shipping in the illegal shit to Chicago and other major cities, Vegas, DC,
well, that's what's
Detroit.
going on in Chicago, though. It's a fight over these illegal things that they can get from other cities and swoop into bring into their city. Hey, guess what? Ban drugs. Well, guess what? People started making a living off drugs. I can get you this. You can't. You're not supposed to have this, but I can get you it. What? Ban guns. Shit. Now all of a sudden, everybody's got guns. Record numbers of people are being shot. Okay, on a daily basis. Okay, it's ridiculous. There in Chicago, it's Detroit levels. Oops. Wait, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, that's next year. WrestleMania is going to be in Chicago. Let's see that. Let's see
Sure.
entertainment coming from Chicago. When is anything
Well,
good?
Trump's got to build a wall around, the Rosemont first.
No, Lee, the only reason Trump cares about Chicago is that he has a hotel there. He has a Monopoly set up. We've all played Monopoly. We all know the game. We know how to play the game. It's time to play the game.
Well, yeah, don't nobody want to come gamble at your casino if they're going to get robbed outside. You know what I'm saying?
You got to play the game. You got to understand the rules. He's
It's all
playing
about the game. Play it.
I'm not joking. Very serious. And, his hotel in Chicago is hurting because black on black crime is going on in Chicago because the drug cartels from Mexicano, your Coronas, with your limes in them, with your salt and your margaritas, is funding the drug cartels that are killing motherfuckers in Chicago. But you're too fucking stupid to realize it because you're watching the Super Bowl. I pity the fools.
Well, when the whole wall thing first started to come across, especially right after Trump became president, he was like, "What? Yep, Mexico's going to pay a 20% tariff, or what have you, or there's going to be a 20% tax on stuff from Mexico, like and this is the horrible thing about it that came across on mainstream media is that Senator Lindsey Graham chimed in and said, well, it's not good to tax things from Mexico. Corona, tequila, and margaritas, if you start raising the price on those, people will be pissed. And I'm like, wait, that's the most viable quote that you can get from a senator? No, if you start taxing Mexican liquor, then people are going to get mad. We'll tax the shit out of your liquor here. American liquor, yet we're going to tax the fucking some Canadian liquor we still won't even let you have. Kind of like how you can't have fireworks in some states.
People are pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pissed.
People need to be pissed each and every goddamn day. That's the thing about it, Dennis, and we haven't been able to chime off each other in a while, but every damn day, more and more people get mad about something. I want to tell you people, get mad about that. Grab onto that something. Grab onto it and make it your goal, even if it's wrong. I'm pissed that I can't fuck sheep in the eyeball. Wait a minute. Come again? That's your goal? If that's your goal, go ahead. Do it and be successful. Lobby with as many people as you can to get them to say, hey, just let this guy fuck sheep in the eyeballs. I'm sorry, you might not be too successful with it. That might probably fail. Okay? Just saying.
Sorry, Lee Perry, you gotta watch this replay from the Lakers game from 1995. But yeah, if you have any back pain, you want to throw the steak, that's some Icy Hot.
Icy Hot needs to fucking start giving us some money here. We've done giving you so many free commercials here this evening with Shaquille O'Neal here. Ladies, I need a cut. That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
No,
Dennis, I think we deserve a cut.
I need a cut myself. Go ahead, guys.
Lee, what I'm saying is you can't do what you're doing. You cannot keep hosting these radio shows and keep bringing people on the Friday Night Super Show. You cannot continue to do it because I've walked in your shoes. I'm trying to tell you, I'm seeing the future. You cannot keep this up for much longer. But I'm back. I'm here to help you, but I want to give you some time off if you want some, little bit of time. It doesn't matter if we're talking on shows or this is live or people can hear what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just talking to you being real. Maybe you
Brother,
might
I'll get
want to
all
take
the
some
sleep.
time off.
Man, I'll get all the sleep I need when I'm dead.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this particular show. Because you've carried this show on your back for about, again, 2 months. 2.5 months. So.
I always know that. I do. It's something I have to do.
And
I can't stop
again,
now. I'd be a quitter if I stop. I'll stop when I'm dead. Then sorry kids, at least I didn't quit. At least I tried, which is a lot more than I could say for the last few previous generations that we've had. And someone's like, well, I protested in the streets for this, I protested in the streets for that. Yeah. And then you just kind of left it to a bunch of fucking idiots that have ran whatever you did, whatever good that you caused in these previous generations. I'm talking generations of the 60s and the 50s and the 40s even. Even goddamn World War II is sullied, you fucking idiots. You sit there and celebrate. Well, I went and killed a bunch of people for this. I killed a bunch of people for that. I killed 50 men. 50. Excuse me. Didn't know my grammar was lacking at that point.
All I need is $3.50.
$3. Now I'm a bit suspicious, Dennis Ford.
All I need is $3.50 from you.
$3.50.
Please donate today to the Friday Night Super Show. For only 35 cents a day, you can support this young people who don't have any future trying to get radio out to people. In the arms of,
Holy shit. Yes, I'm so used to that as a sound clip. This entire show has been one giant fucking set of sound clips. It's
a shit storm.
Either people are saying something great or just greatly saying things. Yeah, I really can't decipher which. It's been a real, to me, kids, been a real celebration to me. Because now it feels like the Friday Night Super Show again. I've got Dennis Ford back here again. DJ Scratch and Sniff sitting across from me, giggling at the same stupid shit I'm giggling about.
No, all you guys. All you need on the Friday Night Super Show is Dennis Ford. I want to let people know that. I want to let people understand.
It just seems really familiar. There's plastic walls. It's fucking great.
No. I'm not even talking about, like I said, likes or appreciation from people. I'm talking about some real fundamental shit of what the truth is. The Friday Night Super Show doesn't exist without Dennis Ford. And I'm sorry to tell people that. But I had a lot of fun here tonight. But at the same time, next Friday, get prepared because we're approaching 200 episodes of this particular show on Friday nights. Mm-hmm. And yeah, talk about a celebration. It's something I created. It's my child. Something I've nurtured.
And we're going to have a party.
Watched. Bro. And I'll never step away from it or sell myself to get away from it. It's a part of me. Lee Perrin, only you understand that because you and me created that. It took two people to create this particular show. And I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say about what we do or what is going on. The Friday Night Super Show lives on it's going to continue to live on. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, I mean, let's
That's what
close
we
the
do.
show out. Let's get some final thoughts here because,
Yep.
10 minutes.
Well, I'm about to close it out with my final thoughts, man, if that's all right with you.
No, you're good. I'm just going to hang out, Lee. I'm going to mute myself. And, again, I want to thank you for even giving me the opportunity to be on the show here
Brother,
tonight.
you know I love you, man.
And, we'll talk about that later. We talk about so much shit. Like I said, it's really getting old. It's really it's taking the toll on me. I really can't carry this shit around anymore, telling people the same shit we've been telling people over and over and over again. Like, what the fuck are these people doing?
There's a way to shed
doing?
it. There's a way to shed it. And we'll talk about that later, man.
I'm just saying. Either
That's
way.
for sure.
You know,
all right, brother. Well,
don't piss off any people on Facebook because you will be on a 30-day suspension.
no, not on this account. But that notwithstanding, man, you know I love you. It feels like home again to have you back on the show. Now Fridays, it's now Fridays are good again. You know, it makes a difference. It does.
No, I look forward to this. You know, I was hoping for this, and it all worked out. So, yeah, I'm happy with tonight's show, and we'll do it again.
Sure.
It'll be next Friday, I'm sure, but maybe before then we can work out something. But yeah, thank you, Lee Pierre, for everything, and I'm gonna let you take the mic. And yeah, my brother, thank you.
But here we go, kids. Look, man. Dennis Ford returning to the show has made my entire night. DJ Scratch and Sniff being here live once again, chuckling at the same stupid shit that I get to chuckle at here in the backstage area, trapped in a wall of plastic. It's wonderful. This is what we have to do. You know, you have to understand sound and logic and drinking. These all this stuff comes into factors. Just as all your outside efforts and all your outside inputs, man, your CNNs, your Democratic parties, I've got to vote this way, your party hard lines, everything, it's all going to be coming into factors as you descend or ascend, as those of us in the know like to call, into true knowledge. And what true knowledge really gets to feed you is that the two-party stuff is McDonald's. For lesser the cost, way lesser the cost, ladies and gentlemen, you can come over and find a little bit of truth that tastes like filet fucking mignon. All right? I'm talking about the best shit you've ever eaten. Some of that glorious, glorious meat that you really want. But it comes at a price. Everybody tries to snob you away. Like you went to that oh-so-fine restaurant that nobody else can go to because, well, you need to wear a sport jacket there, sir. And speak in the proper manner. And please do not have anything unsightly upon your face, like a beard or a mustache. Oh. It's these type of little separations that we've used against each other for years and years and years that are now all of a sudden starting to come to roost, and people are looking at it as that's the end-all be-all. And I'm like, rip 100 years away from that, man. Rip 100 years of all that classism, all that, well, you have this much money or you have that much money. That makes you this important. That makes you that important. Rip all that garbage away, and where you at? Back when, we were a functioning society, yet weren't ruled, weren't slaves, weren't holding each other up to some sort of stupid ideological standard that's been pumped through media since the dawn of it. Come on, kids. We can do better than that. And we're going to keep doing better than that. I'm the mouth for DJ Scratch and Sniff, for Renegade Smith, Spent Kent, Big E was here tonight. There's been so many others. Big Trip, everyone has been around, especially Mr. Friday Night on his big return. Tune in next week, man, because we're going to be back doing the same thing, having the same discussion. Maybe you can be a part of that. Message us on Facebook. Get a hold of us there at the Friday Night Super Show page. Get a hold of us each and everywhere that you think you can possibly can. It's up to you to start doing some searching, okay? We always tell everybody all sorts of information. People say, give us proof. I say, Google it. I say, look it up. I say, do your research. You want to get a hold of us? You want to be a part of the show? Google us. Do some research. Start figuring out who we are, why we say the things we do, because we don't lie. We're not going to tell you a bunch of bullshit. We're going to tell you the absolute truth. In my eye, there ain't no lie. If you could see, you couldn't deny. I'm the mouth for Dennis Ford and everybody here on the Friday Night Super Show. Check us out on the archive too, babies. We out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally figured it out. At first, we thought it was the Eskimos. But now there's a strong consensus amongst experts. It's an entirely different animal. If I had to name a creature to maim and make the world a better one, there isn't a doubt that I would kick out these dirty, filthy leprechauns. They run in their place right into the ground, so many afraid to step to one. If you grow a sack and focus on facts, you'll have to confront the leprechaun. They're pushing their porn and poisonous corn. It might as well be some methadone. Stop chasing a ghost. I've taken an oath to name these dastardly leprechauns. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. Whatever the crime, you know they're involved. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. Don't worry your mind, the problem's been solved. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. Turn over a rock and don't be surprised. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. If you banish them now, your profits will rise. The bill you've been sold, it clearly promotes a cycle of endless debt for one. They've taken your gold and given you notes. Now they do not know where the treasure's gone. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. This is my kind of place, crooked and sleazy. Stealing your gold is awfully easy. They're curious spies with spurious lies, stealing the secrets for better bombs. To drop on the likes of innocent tykes, their arms and legs and necks are gone. Their phosphorus dissolves the flesh. Now isn't that something to vex upon? They got the DU and napalm for you. What would we do without these leprechauns? I want me gold. Goyim? Wait a minute. Bad phraseology. Are you anti-Gaelic? The busters of myths have nothing for this, and so they turn into Decepticons. The moment you show opponents they know and start to acknowledge the leprechauns, the leprechauns, the leprechauns. You know that they did it, you know that they did it. The leprechauns, you leprechauns. You better get with it, you better get with it. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. You know that they're guilty of sin in the flesh. The leprechauns, the leprechauns. This horse is deceased, I'ma beat it to death. Whenever the Goyim refuse to relinquish the measly gold they might hold, there's always a Gentile in range to blame. You know how the story's been told. It's the leprechauns, the leprechauns. They rob you for all that you got. It's the leprechauns, the leprechauns. They're trying to fill up their pots. You know, in the final analysis, ridicule is my ultimate tool. Cause anybody who believes this mess is the ultimate fool. You feel me? You gotta be out of your fucking mind.